Hello. Oh, I shall. This won't be too long tonight. Just gonna probably uh, probably about an hour and a half, maybe. So just have a quick chat, and yeah. So I just done a video quick now, and it's on the BBC News. They've just said that Boris Johnson was seen wearing a mask in a shop, and he's showing how serious it is and all that, and that's what it is, and that's what he thinks, and he doesn't think that. He wants people to think that he's serious about it, and if I'm wearing a mask, you should be wearing a mask as well. So it looks like in England we're going to get some restrictions, more restrictions tightening again. Uh, Saying about making it mandatory in shops, but then it'll end up being mandatory, probably end up being mandatory in public come September, October time. But we have to just sit here and just watch the world crumble. Watch them crumble as people wake up to this bullshit that they're throwing at us, because it's becoming more obvious every week now, and people should be able to see it. It's testing people really to see how stupid and gullible they really are. Concrete helmet would be better, John. Yeah, you're right. Hi, I could be wrong, could be right. Commander at Stop Monkeys Flying. Yeah, concrete helmet would be better. Maybe have like a soft helmet to stop them from falling as well. Health and safety while they're at it. Goggles. Maybe the virus travels through the eyes. Oh god. Phil's feather turned up in my washer today. What do you mean about Phil's feather, John? That'll be the next thing. The virus travels through eyes, so now you've got to wear goggles. They just want people to look stupid, don't they? They want people to look ridiculous, and that's what it is. Friend's elderly neighbour is frightened of getting COVID off other folks' dogs. That'll be the MSM programme. Ewards here. Hi, Eward. Oh, I'm a nosy twit. Okay. Private with who, John? Just give me a second. I'm just going to copy this link. Who's coming on live with me today then? you know, I've had I've just got one of those green teas now. It's got peppermint in it, which is good for you. I always feel good when I have peppermint. Just waiting for people to see if anyone comes on. I've sent a link down there. Do you know what? I could be wrong. I could be right. In my family, we lost a little girl in our family. She was one of my cousins. I mean, I'm not really going to say, but I lost a cousin. Unfortunately, she was a premature birth, and every so often, my aunties and my mum and my grandma get a white feather that just turns up in front of the door. Every so often, it's only them. I don't get one, but they get one. It's like a white feather, and we wonder if it's symbolize if it goes back to my cousin. Oh, here we go. Hi, mate. Hi, Mark. You all right?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. How you doing, Jack?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah. Just a bit. We can now see the restrictions are starting to tighten.
Well, you know, we know it's coming, right?
Happen. Yeah, of course.
I mean, California are now starting to look like there's people going to courts and that and getting judges to overturn the mandatory masks based on health reasons. So,
yeah,
you know, we know, like I said, the mask is the outing. You know, it's fucking people aren't going to part with a mask for long, and those, you know, they're going to find out pretty quick that masks are bad for them, not good for them, and protects them from nothing. Even if there was a spooky monster going around our air, you know what I mean?
That's how people are going to get ill, you know.
Yeah, but
everyone's going to be wearing masks. They're going to make it mandatory in public, and
the idiots, the fools, the big fools are going to get ill because they're all just going to go along because they're the bright ones. The smartest out there, the ones who are so fucking clever, who just watch TV and gather all their information from that, are going to get ill. Simple as that, and more fool them, right?
Yeah.
But you know, like I said, we've issued it. You go in. Anyone ask you, why aren't you wearing a mask? Because I've got health issues or whatever. I've got you know, you don't have to explain any further than that, and fucking they can't stop you. And it go up with a piece of paper saying that I want you to sign this. If you're going to make me wear a mask, you're going to sign this to say that you're going to take full responsibility of anything if I come down with ill health, because I know for a fact oxygen deficiency will cause a lot of problems. So sign here, please. And they won't, of course, but
it's a health issue for everyone, to be honest.
And this is why they're laying it on, right? Because
what you could say is they have a
fucking key.
What you could say is I have a problem with carbon dioxide. When I breathe too much in, I get ill.
Yeah, I like that one. Look, the E word. I saw someone say when they were wearing a mask, they farted and they could still smell the fart. Exactly. So it's not protecting you for nothing. If a fart can get through, you know, certainly these viruses are supposed to be like, you know, 1,000th time smaller than a particle of air or something. So,
do you know, I do wonder if they'll do that, you know, later in the year. I know it sounds like they might not do that, and yeah, to me even it sounds like they won't do that. But like they say, it can go through the eyes now. We've all got to wear goggles, so we're all going around wearing goggles.
It can go in the ears. So what are you going to do? You're just going to fill every cavity up. You know what I mean? Let's put something in every cavity.
Cover your face completely.
Up your bum hole, on your Jack's eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, but it's clearly supposed to be ridiculous. You know, they're making it so ridiculous for a reason, right? These guys are probably being told, right, push the mask. And they're going, what? We can't do that. They're all, no, you do as I tell you, push the fucking masks. And they're going, oh, you know, shit, I feel really... And you can tell when they're doing it, a lot of these. I've seen it in America. They look really sort of like, I got to try and push this like I mean it, and I'm having real trouble doing that.
Well, Boris Johnson today has been seen wearing one. Wearing one in a shop.
Yeah, like he just goes to the normal shop. That guy doesn't have a clue how much fucking pint of milk is or a loaf of bread. He
No,
doesn't
of course
fucking
he
go
doesn't.
shopping. But
No.
this is all staged again, you know.
It
It's
was,
just,
yeah.
yeah, go in that shop,
Just to
walk
get
out,
people to
walk
say,
out.
"Oh God, it must be serious. Must be serious." Prime Minister's wearing one.
To give him the feeling that he's going, he's just a normal everyday guy going about his normal day life, and he wears a mask while he does it because he's so he knows all the implications of this bug that's going around because you know. But of course, it's been literally that probably shop was cut off. Probably the whole road was cut off. Right, bringing the Prime Minister, right, get in there. You know, if it was even a shop, it's probably just a part of the East End set or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just the shopping that they use on EastEnders.
Yeah, of course. And they just try and make out that it's natural. They've just run into him or something. You know what I mean? Oh, hello, Prime Minister. He's just coming out for buy himself a pint of milk so I can find out how much it costs, mate.
I could be wrong. I could be right. Said the face diapers, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
face diapers.
It's just a lot of dummies in this world, and we're really finding out who they are now. You know, we got a lot of dummies. We got a lot. We're finding out who the real dummies are in the world.
We're the resistance. We're the resistance.
Yeah, and there's the centre. There's another two pillars there, isn't there? Dummies and evil, and the ones in the middle aren't playing the evil side, and they're not playing the dummy side. They're sat in the middle going, "Fuck all this shit. I'm not wearing no fucking mask. I'm not fucking doing this shit, that shit." Bollocks. They go suck on my plums, mate. They're not fucking ever getting me to wear a mask. How fucking dare they even suggest it? Suggest it.
Well, these things with the ventilators, which Commander at Stop Flying Monkeys has put. Yeah, you don't know what they're putting inside them, inside you when you're getting connected. When people are getting connected to ventilators.
Yeah, well, ventilators again. If you haven't got the capacity for the air that you're pushing into the lungs, if your lungs haven't got the capacity for that air, you're just going to end up drowning the lungs, right? And that's what we've been seeing as well.
Yeah.
All of this, you know, again, it's just doubting it all, mate. You know, all of this is going to come down to fucking all being outed, and there's going to be this isn't an excuse. I mean, how they got away with it with weapons of mass destruction, right? But this one, they're never going to be able to walk away from. Yeah, no. Every single one of them governors, you know, they're all being out. That's why it's put on the governors, so the governors can out themselves, right? That's why Trump's been made to tell every governor, right, you put down your own rules. So, and then each governor's given, right, we want you to do this. So each governor's now going up there going, hey. And exactly the same in our councils, right? We're getting these little notices come through our doors from our council chiefs going, look, a little picture of some fucking, some tranny fucking saying he's now, or she is now the chief of your council, and this is a CV. Oh, we're trying to protect you, and it's like some fucking dirt bag who's probably, you know, definitely touches children.
Oh my god, yeah.
My one, purple hair, fucking, you could tell it was a man. I'm surprised if anyone didn't realise it was a man. I'd be surprised, but dressed in a little dress, fucking arsehole.
You got that cunt on you as well now, John. Is it Australia? Is it John Corrigan? And he is one. I think it's John Corrigan. Or what?
But they're massive in the press, isn't they? They're massive. They're everywhere. They're fucking all of them. Fucking, you know, fucking. You can't tell the difference these days. It's so hard to see how many are actually fucking.
Well, they're all cunts, aren't they?
Yeah. But yeah, it's
all
John
Corrigan. That's it.
It's all gonna come out in the wash now, man. You see, this is all. When you connect all of what's going on this year, if it was just an evil plan to take us down and all that, they would have just done it over. You know, why do it in 1 year, right? Why put this much shit on 1 year? They would have done it over a course of time, right? And you could say they've been doing it over a course of time, but not really. Not in the way they're doing it now. It makes. I mean, this is just blatantly fucking obvious. And the more they do it, the more people are getting this news constantly of this shit. The more inclined they're going to be to go and have a look at something.
Sorry, I got it wrong. I don't know where I got it's Scott Morrison. That's the Prime Minister of Australia.
Scott Morrison, yeah.
Yeah.
And what they're doing in
Correct.
Australia with the locking down those buildings and closing them all in over a lie, you know, again, it's just gonna.
Yeah.
All these people who have lost people and been put CV and all that shit, all this shit's coming out, mate. It's going to be
where's
Nuremberg.
You got all those you got all those high rises in places like Hong Kong. You know, they're all tied together. You know, somewhere like Melbourne, it's spread out. I think I watched a video today. It was about 19,000 miles squared is how big Melbourne is. It's a very big city in terms of area. It's got very little amount of people in one area. Whereas somewhere like Hong Kong, which is so densely populated, into a even much smaller area. I think it's about a tenth of the size of Melbourne. Has a lot more people. I think it's about 7 million in 7.5 million in Hong Kong, and about 4.5 to 5 million in Melbourne, in a much larger area. So you'd think there'll be much more cases in Hong Kong, wouldn't you?
Well,
that place should be.
If there was such
lockdown.
a thing going around, of course there would be. Of course, you know, if
exactly.
If there was such a thing going around, but as we know, it's all fucking bollocks. They're just picking the numbers and choosing based on what they want to do to each country or each town or each city or whatever, and they're just going, right, let's say there's been another 150 cases in this one and we must close it down. Let's say there's 30 more cases in this one and we must lock up these towers. Let's say there's 15,000 new cases throughout the whole of UK and we must wear masks. Yeah. You know, it's just whatever agenda they want, they're going to up the numbers and tell you it's here, there, or wherever, innit?
I think, John, I think he's asleep.
Who's asleep?
Ethan.
Oh, Ethan. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, you're right. And to be honest, the people, you know, they say, "Oh, these people are guinea pigs because they've been," but we're all guinea pigs. They treat us all as guinea pigs.
The whole
an experiment.
The whole system is basically a whole load of scientists sitting outside of the world, if you like, and looking in on us and using us as fucking do what they want with us. That has been all our lives.
Yeah.
But now we're really,
now
they've come to our cage and decided to rattle it, right?
Yeah. And it was the same in World War II. You know, using men of this country as bait.
Every war since
every war,
1805, mate. At least 1805, probably earlier than that, but certainly the Napoleonic. And it's just, you know, it's time to start thinking. It's time for mankind to grow up, isn't it? And start possessing a pair of fucking balls and stop allowing this fucking disgrace. But as you know, until they do, we're going to go through it. And unfortunately, a lot of us have to go through it that wouldn't allow it, you know, because unfortunately we don't have a voice. They took down another fucking 2 of my videos yesterday, 1 today. They striked me on my number 2 account, so I can't use that for a little while now.
I mean, how far back it could go, you know, like I think it was in the early 1700s was the first Freemason lodge. And I think it was in London, actually. And
but it all goes back all the way back to Rome, back to fucking Babylon, all the way through.
It was St. John's Day. St. John's Day, the first Freemason lodge.
When you look at the empires, I think you get a good idea. When you look at the empires, you look at the whether it's the Roman Empire, and then you go back to the pyramids and the Egyptian Empire and all of that. Each time is like an age, isn't it? You know what I mean? And that's why it's called an age. And each time has a certain age, certain amount.
I think it goes back at least 2,000 years, and you know the Georgia calendar was set up.
Yeah.
And then you got the AD and the BC. Who created the BC and the AD? You know what I mean? So you got before Christ and after death. So.
Yeah, and when you look at BC, of course, AD, you probably rewrit all the history as soon as that time changed and went, right, there's your BC. This is what we're going to say happened before this time. Now we're moving on with this new world. And that's what they're trying to do in this world now. They're trying to remove all the history. And then when we go through this new age, and we've got a new system in place, whatever that'll be.
This is what I mean. Like, let's talk about this. You know, the AI stuff and transhuman and all that. Where we're going for a big change, and if that does happen, you know, a human's just going to naturally. I don't know how it would happen, but just naturally give birth to other transhumans, and it will just work out like that throughout the years, and then eventually.
Well, no, people will. I think with transhuman and that, I think what they're trying to do is just scare people, right? It's just another part of the fear factor. This transhuman, this being stuck onto computers and all of this. It's just, again, it's kind of a wake up call, isn't it?
It could be scary, yeah.
If you look at everything that's going on and everything that's gone on in the last 19 years, it's a fucking wake up call. It's like a fucking big alarm bell going ding a ling a ling. Will you wake the fuck up? You know, the loudest, the whole room's fucking covered in alarm clocks going off, and the fucking majority is still fucking snoring.
Thing is, though, that's like the big awakening and all that. But you know, they're capable of doing anything to us. We don't know what they're capable of doing, and
that's why you got inner peace, right? Because you know that. So why if they wanted just to fucking wipe us out and do this, that, and the other, didn't they?
They haven't done it already.
You know, it's everything's got a reason and everything's got an agenda, but never been to know the final agenda. Do you know what I mean? Because they'll never we're not going to know what the final agenda is. You know, it's not going to be out there. That's the part of the Bible that isn't there, right? What happens next?
Yeah.
If Ethan jumps in, I'll do a quick ad.
Hello.
Let people know.
Hello.
All right, Ethan, mate. You two chat. Hello. Yeah, I'll just go and do a quick ad so people know you up and about.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one, mate. Yeah.
All right, mate. I'm back in a sec. I'm not going to leave, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So, how you doing?
Hi, Ethan. You all right?
Yeah. I'm all right, mate.
Have you been asleep?
No, I've went shopping earlier. Just came home. Did a quick video on the young boy and
I've slept a lot today, to be honest.
Yeah, and then just been listening to music, really, mate. Just enjoying myself.
Yeah. So
I was watching this you know them people that sing on the streets, right? This one reggae dude, and people were joining in. It's amazing, man.
That's cool. And also, you see some of these music videos that they do. There's no social distancing either, which is great. It's like it's back at how it was.
Yeah, this one was an old video. Like, you see people dancing and stuff. It's just great.
Yeah. Tesla's birthday today, the E-word said.
Tesla Day. Is it? But what have you came across today then, mate?
Pardon?
Have you came across anything today?
Not really.
No.
I mean, they're tightening the restrictions.
Yeah.
Started tightening the restrictions again. Or you can see that's where they're going. So
yeah.
I've obviously seen. I've started to have a healthy meal.
Yeah, no,
you are right. Yeah,
that's good.
I do need nuts, but I do like the pistachio nuts.
Yeah. You wanna
no salted nuts though. No salted nuts.
No. Of course. Yeah, but you wanna get your Brazilian nuts, your walnuts and such, because they got high alkaline base, so they'll help alkaline your body and stuff.
Yeah.
But
that's right, alkaline.
If you want to use nuts more, I don't know what you have for your breakfast, but if you have like oats or porridge or something, just
I've what do you call it? Oh, I forgot the name of it. It's friggin' hell, I forgot the name. I know it. It's like it's a cereal, but it's got fruit and fiber in it. It's
granola.
Fruit and fiber.
Granola. That's it. I forgot the name. Granola. I can't believe I forgot the name. I sometimes have that, but I don't have breakfast a lot. I don't actually have breakfast. I don't really feel hungry in the morning. I'll have like a cup of tea or something, or a coffee. But
I think
that's it.
I think we're not supposed to eat big meals and such in the morning anyway. I think I think there's certain parts of the day where you're only supposed to eat solid foods, right? So like in the morning, they say you're supposed to eat not so hard foods to digest because you just woke up and such.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just normally have some porridge or something like that.
Yeah.
Bit of fruit.
I've got a good. I've got a guitar, I don't know how to play it though. I've got a guitar. One of the I started doing the D note, and I was tuning it because what I was doing, because I've never actually used a guitar before. I was playing with the strings and loosening the strings by tuning it, loosening them and tightening them to see what best tune I can get. And then I loosened one too much and it just snapped and came off. So I've got to get a new string.
Yeah, I don't play any instruments myself. I like writing music and such. I do enjoy writing music.
Yeah.
I forgot.
How do you write music?
Just lyrics and stuff, mate. Just a song.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I did it when I was in school.
That's cool.
And
yeah,
just pastime and stuff.
You wanna write one where it's like something to do with waking people up.
Yeah, no, that's what they're based on. Yeah.
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 Cool.
Yeah, that live stream last night, it got banned on YouTube. For anyone who's wondering, said. Yeah, they said that because I showed Katy Perry's YouTube video, even with no sound, they banned it. So it's like nonsense.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, mate. I got another strike on channel number 2 today.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Two videos went down yesterday, and then another strike today. I was like, "Oh fuck you scumbags!"
Thing is, exactly. I've got quite a few videos where I bet you anything the Boris Johnson one I've just showed is going to get a strike.
Yeah,
but I haven't got one yet. But
yeah, you've seen it. The strikes when you're telling the truth. That's it.
Yeah.
You've seen fucking it. I show people as well. I was doing a video, but then I thought if I put it on number 1, they'll probably strike that, and then I'll be down on number 1 as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a video, and then I thought better of putting it up.
So on YouTube, then, do the strikes are they there for good, or do they go away?
Well, they disappear like after a certain amount of time, but they're still kind of there in the background. But you get like 3 months. So you get like a week. Your first one's a warning, but the actual thing I think stays up. So once you've had your warning, that just stays. So when you get your second one, you then get a week's ban. But the date of it's got an expiry date, which is 3 months later. So once that one's gone, your warning I think just always stays there. So any more you get after that, you're always going to get a ban of 1 week and then 2 weeks and then completely gone. So I always try to, when I get 2 strikes, if I've got 2 strikes going, although I might come off the second one after 2 weeks, I'll wait for the expiry date of the 3 months of the first one to disappear first, because otherwise I'm risking getting that third and final one, and then all your content's gone. You know what I mean? All that content that people might be able to find something useful from over the time you've been doing it, it disappears along with your whole account, mate.
I've actually had another YouTube channel. I didn't have any subscribers actually. I just put a YouTube video up. It was ages ago, and it was probably a couple of years ago now. But I put a video up, so it's talking about the Zionist Jews and how the bankers and all that, and they control the world, and they've got big influence. And then I talked saying how Israel is, you look at. I talked about the Star of David, how it's got 6 hexagon sides in the middle, 6 triangles, and 6 points, and it got taken down. And then that was it. I was off YouTube. And I was subscribed to someone as well, and I was giving them £4 a month. I think it's £4.25 a month for the Patreon or something. And after that. It just kept it kept paying out my account.
Yeah.
So,
it's always going to keep paying on Patreon. So that's kind of separate anyway. But if you don't stop a direct debit, you're always going to get charged.
Yeah, I've stopped it now anyway. But I could have done it on YouTube, but
yeah, pain.
so I don't actually pay anyone now, any Patreon, any YouTuber that I've subscribed to, because, well, I can't really afford it to be honest. And you know, it's very hard to. I mean, I had a. This is another thing as well with currency. You know, online currency. I had a game. It wasn't really a game. It was more like a haunted message app thing, and you read haunted stories from messaging, and you read them, and it's like it's set like a message app, and basically when you click on the screen, it shows a message, and it shows a conversation between two people, and it tells a story through the conversation of the messages, and there's hundreds of stories on it. So I subscribed to that, and I was paying about £2 something a week for it, and I lost my Google account, and I was still paying that for a very, very long time, and I had to find my Google account because I couldn't remember the password or anything, and I had to find my email address, go on and find my email address website, find it, and then I had to put. Luckily, I still had my phone number, so I had to put my phone number in to clarify it. Get a code and put the code in, and then I had to unsubscribe from the person the app I was subscribed to.
Yeah, fucking.
I was paying so much. I must have lost. Probably it took me nearly a year, but it probably lost it. I probably lost over £100 just from paying them, because there was money going out every week, and I wasn't even using the app because I had a different Google account. So, you know, this online system where you're paying money to people or apps or YouTubers or whatever, sometimes it's hard to cancel.
Yeah. They're always hard to cancel. I find anything's hard to unsubscribe. You can never just fucking find it easy because it's supposed to be hard to find. They don't want you to unsubscribe, do they?
No.
Pain in the ass.
So I paid at that. They didn't give me the money back. I asked if I could have my money back, but there was no proof that I wasn't using the app.
Yeah.
So
you live and learn.
Yeah,
you do.
So there is.
I'd like all my beer tokens back. I reckon I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what do you think of milk then? Like milk?
Well, I think that milk.
It's good for you when you're a baby.
Yeah, I think milk from a cow is for calves. Milk from a woman is for man or boys.
Yeah,
little girls and boys.
Well, little kids, babies.
I agree.
So we're still stealing. It's not right. We're stealing milk from an animal. You know.
Yeah, I think there's some. It's all to do with the hormones and stuff, isn't it? In the milk, it's obviously for growing. You know, I've seen some people say that it's really bad for you to drink like cow's milk and that. I was drinking. I wasn't a big milk drinker because I stopped taking it. Well, I stopped taking it in my coffee and that, but now I'm eating more cereal and that. I tried to buy the other, like, you know, almond milk and that type of stuff as opposed to milk from animals, but sometimes you can't always find it, so you just have to put up with the normal milk. But
yeah, I think
G-Truth,
we're definitely supposed to have milk from our mother and such as a baby, instead of all this processed powder milk that the babies get.
Yeah, processed powder milk's really bad.
Wonder if George is coming on. So I was looking at the smart cities today on just a quick look, and it's got a list of the smart cities in this country that each city have got their own goals for 2050.
What was that, mate? I just got distracted by John's comment.
I've dropped out my neighbour kicking crap out of his girlfriend again. What?
I hope that's not true.
Oh. And I searched smart cities today, and I was looking. Each city in this country or each big city has got a goal to achieve by 2050, and it's got obviously the main ones: Liverpool, Manchester, London, Edinburgh, Bristol, and all them lot. But there's one that's missing out of it, and that's Cardiff. So Cardiff's not on there, but Cambridge is on there. Cambridge is on there. They've got their goals of smart cities for 2050.
Where's that then? Where'd you see this?
Hold on. You just.
Oh. Don't know where he's gone, like.
Ooh. Disappeared.
Yeah.
We've taken over his channel.
Yeah, and my channel now.
I don't know. I wouldn't get many people in. You'd think on a Friday night at 12 o'clock there'd be fucking loads of people sitting around bored shitless, right?
Yeah. Are they watching the TV?
Well, I don't think the people who are, into truth are fucking
Hopefully
watching
not.
TV, are they?
Yeah. Hopefully not.
Because otherwise they're not really into truth.
Yeah.
I haven't worked out how fucked up that thing is for their head.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what's been happening with you today? Anything? Any further news going on, Ethan?
Not really. I found that what's his name's wearing a mask is quite funny. Seems like he's supposedly already had the virus and he wasn't wearing one before.
Yeah.
And then obviously today's the 11th. We've been talking about 11 for a while, so something could go down today.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty sure St. Will, from what everyone else is saying, looks like it's going to be a big day for a big terrorist attack somewhere in the world.
Yeah, or maybe we might have stopped it. Might we talk about it? Who knows?
We might do. Yeah, that's what I say to a lot of people when they go, you got this date wrong. I say, well, how do you know you didn't stop it? Because everybody knew.
Yeah,
it would have been too obvious.
Yeah.
But obvious seems to be the game today. Seems to be the game. Let's be as obvious as we can. I mean, literally, I don't know what more they can do to be more obvious.
Yeah.
I really don't. I'm trying to figure out, if I was running this game, what else could I do now just to make it so fucking obvious?
Yeah.
But I think the mask is about as obvious as it gets, but still people will wear them. As we're seeing, still fucking idiots will wear them and traitors. If you're wearing a mask, you're a traitor. If you're selling a mask, you're a traitor. If you're doing anything cut masks, anything with masks, fucking you're traitor to your country, your world, your family, to yourself. Because there's no fucking, I don't know, man.
Sorry, guys.
I think
I went off stream.
I think even wearing a mask will put you in the pit. Do you know what I mean? If you're going out there as an adult wearing a mask and saying this is okay to children, you deserve what you get, I'm afraid, because there's something mentally wrong with you. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, sorry guys. I went to look at the Smart Cities website and I must have come off. But I was looking. I've just put it in the comment section now so people can look at it. And it's Information Age UK's current smart city developments, and each city have got their own goals for 2050 and 2030. And they're talking about it. They're talking about things like new universities, sustainable transportation. But Milton Keynes has got one called MK 2050, which I haven't looked at yet. So I'm going to look at that one.
MK 2050.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, mate. I'd imagine that they're just, they can put anything, can't they? Fucking who gives a shit about 30 years anyway? It was fucking try and get through this.
Yeah, I agree.
Evening,
Quite a few people coming on. Jesus.
Hi, mate.
Thanks everyone for coming on. Hi, IG and Ulick and
Hey,
How's
Dan
everyone
McGee
doing?
Audition.
and Auditron and G and
All of
Full ice,
Hey,
mate.
look.
I've popped in for a little chat anyway. No, it was interesting what Jack was saying about the smart cities. We talked about it. So, what is there a paper written on it? Is there a report written on it, Jack?
MK 2050. I'm going to look at it. I was just looking at the smart cities then. I came off stream for a minute, but I was looking at it, and it's Milton Keynes. I mean, Milton Keynes is a new city anyway. It was built after the war. It was
It's
supposed
not
to.
called MK because of Milton Keynes, is it? Just by chance.
I'd say so. Well, I'd hope so. I hope it's nothing to do with MK Ultra.
Bit of both, isn't it?
Milton Keynes.
Could be,
Fucking
yeah.
horrible. It's just fucking
Oh,
roundabout.
it is an horrible place.
I was going to say that is roundabouts. It's famous for roundabouts, isn't it? You're right.
Oh mate,
Yeah.
I used to do some deliveries, picking cars up and that, and my sat nav at the next roundabout, take the second exit, and then you drive a bit. At the next roundabout, take the second exit, and you'd fucking
No, you're right.
20 of
Yeah.
them in a row, and
It's soulless. It's completely soulless. It's all because it's all new. It was built after the war. It was supposed to be to deal with the overspill of London or something, but it's become a city in itself. And you know, it's very when you go there, it's just the people aren't friendly either. Because I've been there. I went skiing, went to the ski place there, and yeah, it's weird. It's a weird place. It's a very weird place.
Yeah,
It's got the grid system.
Architecture is like that after there, isn't it? The Brutalist. I was talking to my friend the other week. Exactly.
It's got
about
the grid
this.
system.
Yeah.
The grid system, like American cities have.
But look
So
how they
they tried
made this
that.
state with all the rat runs and tower blocks and that to get rid of communities. That was all part of it as well. Get rid of communities, get drugs in this state. The rest is history. 40 years, 50 years later, you see what's happened. Fuck.
It's just an interesting point, though, that the grid, you know, the way the cities are laid out is very similar to, you know, a lot of the symbolism, you know, like Freemason symbolism and shit like that, you know, like that that fact alone is just kind of interesting. I mean, whether it's true or not, you know, and how it applies and all that, it's kind of like neither here nor there. But
well, you say that all the trons. Sorry to interrupt, mate. You'll know that being from America, mate. That's how Washington DC is. Exactly on that grid system where you've got the White House. Where you've got the phallus. What's it called? The
Meridian.
I know what you're talking about.
No,
yeah,
what's it called? Like they've got on the Westminster flipping.
The something monument.
No, it's the fame. They've got them all around the world. It's just fucking
Obelisk.
my memory. Obelisk. Yeah, it's got the obelisk. Nice one, Jack. Got the obelisk. Blah blah blah. And it's all got the triangular Freemason when you like say, yeah, it's all done like that.
I mean, just whether it's not, you know, I don't whatever the intent is, you know, like it's neither nor there. But just if you just from an observation point, you know, it's like people should notice that kind of shit, you know. But that's the kind of shit that just gets looked over. You know what I'm saying? It's like right there in our face, you know.
Auditron, whereabouts are you then? You're in America.
Yeah, I'm in America. I'm calling you guys from Illinois right now.
Oh right, Chicago. That's a smart city, isn't it? Big city with lots of skyscrapers there.
Yep.
No, but can I just ask a question quickly, Jack? Aldertron, you see in Chicago, you know, with all the recent, obviously what's been going, not just the corona, but the Black Lives Matter movement. I've been looking into police brutality around the world and blah blah. But the one fact that was really alarming regarding police brutality, or even the crime rate or death rate, even importantly, was in Chicago. The weekend after the George Floyd incident, there was the most amount of shootings in 24 hours and the most amount of deaths. You know, so it's more the crime, intraracial crime, not interracial. That's the big problem. It's been, you know, being fuzzed over because they've got another agenda. Yeah, intraracial. That's the big problem, you know. And that's not just there; it's around the world, mate. When you look at Jamaica, Philippines, Nigeria's bad. You know, when you start researching, you go into a subject and you really go into it, goes, wow, it is a lot of police corruption. Brazil's top of the list. Well, I think it's Honduras is like the worst police corruption. Yeah, one of them. It's top.
Yeah.
In England, it's been based on we talk Freemasonry, like the English police has been Freemasons from when they was created. Just like in America,
But,
you saw the signs of the Freemason signs on the States. Go on, mate.
No, it's all about control, you know, and you know, the little controlling groups. But you know, if you think about the divide and conquer, like division that comes with your modern day racism, then you can kind of see, you know, like how they turn reality upside down on its head, because what should be natural is not natural in their world. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely flip everything upside down.
That's cultural Marxism, mate. That's what it's called. Just flips everything on its head, you know. And you put into that, a lot of lies have been told historically about history that I've only found out in the last few months through necessity, because I've had to. I haven't even been bothered in that research too much before. But when you've had to go into research about slavery, the medical industry, that's been a big flipping. I've just been watching something tonight. I recommend that all you guys listening and on the panel, if you haven't already, definitely go and find Dawn Lester and David Parker. What really makes you ill? Germ Theory and the 4 Factors. I'd recommend it highly. I've come across them about 2 months ago. But I found a video of them talking. But it's a book. They've spent 10 years researching this book, 800 pages, 40 pages of sources. And I've only listened to them for about an hour and a half, and it's just amazing what they're saying. It's just turning germ theory on its head.
Drop a link in the private chat room. I think you can do that with StreamYard.
All right. Yeah. No, I'll just say no. I want everyone to know, mate. Just if everyone remembers, just make a note of it. I haven't got my to print it out or whatever to enter the chat. But honestly, mate, this is one of the best bits of research, and they're a lovely couple. They've researched. I'm G, mate. G? Oh, their names is Dawn Lester. If you haven't, Dawn Lester and David Parker. What really makes you ill? Germ Theory and the 4 Factors.
Brilliant. I put out a video today on germ theory and really just showing you, fucking, it was bullshit. And
that's what I'm saying. Go to this one, mate. Put this one. Find this one.
They
and put
fucking
this one
striked
up.
me, mate. They strike me on my number 2 channel for it.
Is that the one that you got a strike on?
That was a strike I got. Yeah.
Is it still
What's
there
that
now?
mean when
No, it's striked.
Right.
They take the video down and you get like a warning or something.
Yeah, I got a ban for a week. The second strike. First one's a warning, then you get a ban for a week, then you get a 2-week ban, then you get your whole taken down. That's why I had to put up a second one in the first place. And I've only just got rid of the second strike on this one. So I've got to be careful now. Fucking, it's annoying, isn't it? How can you be careful with what I do? I mean, you can't.
May I make a point of interest?
Be careful.
Yeah, go on.
Point of interest. Backtracking a little bit. Thank you for the time. But this is Autotron again, as you can tell if you're not looking at the chat. Autotron. But earlier today, it struck me that, you know, all over the world, what's happening is you know, for a long time, right? People have been chanting about something like free healthcare. And that thing, this morning, just like a fucking ton of bricks, right? This concept, you know, like just drove its way into my brain here, my cranium. And I'm just like fucking bugged out on the fact that not only is what's happening right now across the planet it's completely free healthcare by the government, but it's also mandatory. So we went from, you know, a scenario where, like, you know, people were wanting it and now they have it and they're so fucking unhappy about that shit. I wonder why. Okay, so be careful what you fucking ask for these days. You know what I'm saying? Especially with all the awakening shit happening. People are becoming more aware of how to manifest their realities and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking trippy how things are manifesting.
Yeah, and of course, there's no such thing as free healthcare. The NHS, everybody bugs on about in the UK because they've been so indoctrinated that they feel special. Look at us, we got this NHS. Everyone will tell you, oh, I'd never leave this country because of the NHS, and it's like, yeah, but it's not free. You pay for it. It's just they charge whatever they want. They take out your pay, whatever they want.
Exactly.
You know, you don't get to go and shop around.
The point I'm trying to make is that this can expand. What's going on right now is a form of free healthcare, even though it doesn't look like that. But it's gonna get down to the government being involved in the healthcare industry in a really big way, and it's going to expand further into free healthcare. That's the potential. I think it's dangerous as fuck. But right now, it's mandatory healthcare. It's not even mandatory healthcare by the government right now.
Aldertron, Aldertron, I don't know if you've seen it, mate. I'll just interrupt. In California already, they're already taking kids. There's solicitors have spoken up. What they call them, lawyers over there. But they're taking kids, like they've said in the legislation, and the United Nations. The Irish fella said it he said it in March at the United Nations. If you remember, we should, if we have to, we'll come into the homes, take kids, and we're making a big drama out of it so they can come and take your kids away. That's happening. That's started, and they're getting more extra social services workers to come and facilitate taking children away. That's happening, mate. So, and then they'll forcibly fill in with vaccines. That's the scary thing, mate. That's happening more and more. You should know in the States, because it's sort of in certain parts of the States with it's mandatory. But they've said in Orange County they've got rid of not wearing the mandatory masks there apparently. But that's a rich state. That's a rich part of California, isn't
like this thing,
I don't know what
this thing called under duress. To interrupt, I mean, it's on the same line of thinking as what you're saying. Like, there's only so far doing something under duress that the government is asking to do, right? They're asking / mandating. But when you do it under duress, right, you're supposedly retaining and reserving rights, right? But there's only so far that goes. When they start forcibly injecting and taking families and splitting them apart for medical, mandates and shit like that, it's fucking, that's when the under duress thing kind of doesn't work. But I highly recommend everybody, like if you can pick up, my merchandise, my mask that I'm selling that says under duress on it, at my merch store, Autotron store.
We ain't even doing masks, Aldertron. You should know better than that, mate. We've got exempt. We've got
this is only for those people that are doing it. Only for those people.
Well, why would you do it? That's what I'm saying. It'll make yourself ill.
We need to realise masks. Masks.
You had me until you said masks, Aldertron.
Right?
You should know better than that, mate.
A mask.
I don't fuck
no
with
one
it.
is to wear a mask.
That's true. Yeah.
We get a T-shirt, Aldertron T-shirt. We don't wear masks. There you go. Instead of a mask, I'd have a T-shirt. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting exemptions for masks. Then we just got to think about getting.
Because that's just going against.
You're right. No one's going to buy my fucking mask anyways. No smart people out there. Go ahead.
Well, sheep will buy your mask, but you don't want to like do that because it's going against what you're for, and you're against masks, aren't you?
Exactly. Yeah, you can't.
So you don't want to make something that you're against.
Yeah, exactly. I do have a T-shirt. I do have a T-shirt.
A lot of big channels doing like cars, car builds, and then some of them are doing like Lamborghinis and that, and make a lot of money, right? They're making money out of fixing smart cars, for wealthy people, doing them up. They're making money from YouTube, and now they're selling masks. I'm like, you fucking.
The whole thing about it is don't even fucking help the government is my underlying objective. It's like, why the fuck do you need my help? We hired you to fix problems. And then here you are, you need the help of the people.
Government's going.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, the government's going. The new age won't have this government anymore, that's for sure. This is what it's all about, isn't it? That's why they're making it so fucking obvious, because it's up to us to fucking kick them all out and start something new, right?
Oh, I've got a good question, Shield Destroyer.
This is absolutely replace them.
Just a quick one. It's relating to this as well. About a week or two ago, I think he was definitely a politician from Illinois. He was talking because you had such the spike in gun crime when the police was calling him with the blue stick, whatever they call it, the sick flu, because there was protesting. There was less police on the streets, so the gun rates, the crime risen, blah blah. They were talking about getting the United Nations in. There was murmurings about getting the UN in. Have you heard anything more about that, mate? Because that is part of the, as you know, if you do the
be clear. You asked me
about.
I know about the UN's involvement out here to a very small level. You can just look at the flag and see that the UN is running a lot of things here in the municipalities and in the certain states, in cities actually, the big cities like San Francisco. They have the UN facility, the UN Plaza, which has its own guards. The police do, help monitor it, but it's basically there are UN police there. And it's also interesting to note that the flag flies higher on the flagpole than the US flag.
I'll stop you a minute there. So you saying there's UN offices and bases, not just in New York with the big main UN building where they have the meetings, but you're talking there's UN like outposts, there's UN other buildings around the flipping out.
Yes, in every big city. Yep, most likely. Yep.
Fucking hell, excuse my French.
Right.
Wow.
Back in 2010. I don't know if you've heard about this, but have you heard about the genetically modified goats that produces spider silk? They've used a spider gene with goats, and now you've got genetically modified goats that have the spider gene inside them that produce silk.
Oh, you've changed the subject.
It's crazy what the stuff they do.
Yeah, of course.
I've changed the subject a bit, but I've just seen it now.
No, we'll go back to that. Let's just, because this is a important one. We've got an American friend on the line. No.
It was a bit.
I like the idea though. Goat of a silk-producing goat. That's kind of cool. But yeah.
Yeah, but can we just move? We see with the UN. Sorry, because it's interesting. I didn't know they had actual offices around. I thought we just had the main one there. What other countries have they got UN offices around the country? Come on, I can't think. Google it. Find out some. I don't know. It seems very unusual, especially. Well, not that unusual when you think the plan.
You got one in New York.
The main office, you expect that, and maybe they might have little offices in, maybe one in
Switzerland
Africa to serve a continent or something.
They have one in San Francisco for sure. I was there. I have photos of it.
I actually did one in London.
Oh, they will have one in London, I'm sure. Have you heard of the Alpha cities? Alpha cities. So you've got like New York, London, Paris. I think they're the main ones.
I think it's Washington.
Called Alpha cities.
That's good.
Just to change, have you seen any troop movements, Aldertron? Have you seen where you are? Have you seen? Because I've seen on the telly even months ago. There was, even when it was kicking off, you had big trains going across America with a lot of troops. With tanks and the Hummers and stuff like this. You know, logistics moving a lot of gear about. Go on, mate.
Yo, you're bringing up a good point, because that does, it does fucking shock me to know all that movement was happening, and then there's all this shutdown shit happening now too, and so it's just like, wow, the evidence is clear that they were ready for this months in advance, if not years in advance, but have I seen much of the movement? Not really. I mean, when I went to the gas station the other day, I did see someone in uniform. I think that there's a military base around here, but it's like miles and miles away. So maybe the dude was just driving. Maybe it's a recruiter. I don't fucking know. But if there's no huge convoys or anything like that I've been seeing out where I'm at, and keep in mind, I'm on a farm in Illinois, so it's not a lot of shit. You know what I mean? However, I'll just tell you right now, it doesn't look good. In the major cities, I believe that they were talking about being able to enforce these draconian policies, right, and orders, and they were looking for ways. The mayor actually today in a press conference admitted that they were looking for ways to force the people to do things relating to these medical mandates, and so the direction they might go in would be possibly National Guard or military. Yep. I think that's good.
They've rolled They've rolled out National Guard in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I mean? Already, and that's what I'm saying. You've got the Illinois. He was a black geezer, politician, saying that they was thinking about all the gun crime. We have to talk about United Nations, and also the United Nations itself is saying, look, if you don't calm down in America, we all know order out of chaos. That is it. They get rid of the police. They make the streets policeable, like what do you call it, like anarchy, like they did in Chaz,
right?
And that's or where they do it in New York. They might tried it in other little cities, but that's it. Knock down the statues, get people. But next one will be these second lockdowns. They start having another lockdown and start clamping down. Have you seen what they've done in Australia? Aldertron, we were talking about yesterday. We've talked about it before. They've done the lockdown, then they'll do regional lockdowns, then they'll just tighten it up like that film Quarantine and literally lock down a block. And now they're making it like the film. I've seen the story today. China said there's the plague starting, and now they've got this unknown virus. We talked about that before. Now they know they've got people by the balls with this virus. They'll say, they can make it up as they go along. We'd have to, like the films, there's such a virus, if it gets out of that block, it's going to be worse than anything. Oh, come on, you know. And people believe it. That's why you've just got to debunk it from the very start of it, which is germ theory. And then all the fear goes away. And we listen to this Dawn Lister and David Parker. It's what I'm going. It's like the placebo. You make yourself ill thinking, and not just even before this, even believing the fear porn they do before this, and living a life. When you're awake, like most of us are, I would say all of us on this panel and hopefully all the listeners, it's as hard it is sometimes. It's better because you're awake and because it's like you're on another level, just looking at it all. And you find another bit of knowledge, like watch another hour and a half bit of information. You think, oh, it's another bit of the puzzle, another bit there, another bit of evidence. It's fucking brilliant, mate. It is, and it'll make you feel better. Wearing a mask, even with Aldertron on it, and thinking that it's gonna fucking make you ill, mate. You got to make you free your mind, and you know you got to free your mind, and then everything else will follow. Like they say, when you listen to these people, it's true. Bruce Lipton, you know. I keep going on about it. I made myself ill with seasickness the other month, last year, or whatever. So that just proved to me that you can make yourself ill just from your mind, just for a bit disorientated. Then it shows you can make yourself better with your mind. So let's explore that, which I have done. And I've got evidence and professors and people have studied it for years and years. And all the other people that want to talk about it, they're not about, because the government don't want them talking, and big pharmaceutical companies don't want them talking.
Yeah, and well, a lot of the thing too is, like you said, like, you know, so international involvement in the U.S. You have like membership groups, right? That one of them comes to mind. I did some research in the past on a group called ICLEI. I think it's ICKLLY or LI or something. ICLEI. If you Google that, you'll see that it's an international membership group for municipalities, and they share best practices with each other, right? And so, you know, of course, you know, San Francisco and all these other alpha cities, right, have to, you know, kind of all adhere, if they're a member in the association, right, to the policies of that association. Come on.
So what's it? I haven't heard of this association before. This group. What is it? What is it? What's it stand for then?
Honestly, yeah. Let me look. I have to look it up while we're speaking.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, cheers.
But yeah, what it is? Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
You just
okay. What
broke
it
up
is
a bit.
basically is, like I said, what it is basically just a membership group, right? For international, it's an international membership group for municipalities, and a municipality is. Right? What is a municipality in America? It's, well, I guess you could be using it as like a verb, right? Or you can use it as a noun, and that it's actually like a city, you know what I'm saying, that has a charter that's been authorized by a legislature, right, with semi-autonomous character. Get what I'm saying? So this semi-autonomous character, right, gives them the opportunity to form these associations, as well as create local ordinances and things like that, that set them apart. As long as they have resolutions for opting out of specific state law or international law and stuff like that, they can do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it falls under the, you know, and then they have to also have their checks and balances, shit like that too. So my big question is, where's all the fucking good lawyers out there that care about each other, the world, the people? There are no good fucking lawyers, you know, because if there was, they'd be stepping up knowing the improperness of this shit.
Well, that's an oxymoron, isn't it? How can you have a good lawyer? Because to be good, you couldn't, you'd have to be told the truth.
There you
go. Yeah. I was talking to a solicitor once, and I made her fucking red. It was funny. She goes, oh, I goes, what? And I was all serious with her. I goes, what? What do solicitors lie, miss? And then she didn't know what to say because she didn't want to put herself in it, and she went red. Yeah, put it right on her. Like, oh, fuck, could do solicitors lie? Fuck off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Here, check it out. Yeah, so local governments for it's ICLEI. If you want to Google it, Google ICL. Yep, ICLEI. And it is Local Governments for Sustainability.
Do you know what? Stop you there. This is all done. This will be you, and this will be what's it? Our age case will know. Basically, it's communitarianism And if another banner is going to be habitalism, not capitalism, but habitalism. Like I was happy, like you just say, Aldertron, if they're going to be little communities, you're running about on bikes, you'll have little grasses. It'll be that's what it'll be. It'll be everyone just grassing. Because everyone, oh, you're not doing this, he doesn't like this. Oh, so you have to, that's like it's doing now. I can see it already, but they'll put it under the banner like it'll be easy. You'll live all nice little communities and have little councils that will sort it out. But all these councils will be corrupt, like they've always been flipping corrupt. And if you don't toe the party line, then you'll be outside it. Anything you don't agree with, you'll be anti that. And then you'll be outside the group.
Right. Now, that's the issue is because, yes, there may be some agreements or treaties in place with the international community, right? And those treaties, according to our law, they become the law of the land here in America. So if the UN has a treaty with the United States, and it involves the UN overseeing a certain field of law or area, right, of law, then they have the authority to do it. But if it's repugnant or flies in the face of the constitutional guarantees and shit like that, then it doesn't. And this is why we need someone stepping up with that kind of knowledge to go, oh no, your little membership group might be it's interesting, but it's not backed up. It doesn't have a foundation. There's no legs to stand on for authority to make decisions. And your regional boards, with unelected representatives making decisions for local communities, fuck that. That's not how this gets down. Lavoy Finicum had it right. He was like, when he was going to, the next county over to have a discourse, with the authorities over there to try to get something going on between counties, and it's totally taking back the power of government by the people, rather than allowing these unelected heads of boards to make decisions. I mean, that's, and Lavoy Finicum exposed all that, in my opinion. But yeah, man, that's the regional government is a what do you call that? A narrative that's been spewed. Okay. If you listen to the rhetoric, they always talk about, yeah, we have to do this for our region, and why is it always about a region?
In Aldertron, in the United States, it's obviously each state has its own government body, doesn't it? And you can make your own laws up.
Right, each state has, well, first of all, that would be a top-down authoritarianism was basically what we're dealing with right now. Okay, just to be honest with you, because even though they claim to have this base of bottom-up, right, which is the community-based thing, and that relates to what you asked me. It has to do with the ability for local governments to govern themselves and have an autonomous character. Right. But see, the problem with that doesn't come from the common law if you have authorization by the legislature. And that's the issue. That's a really big problem for local governments out here is most of the authority, it comes from the legislature. And that's not the common law, because common law comes from rules of decisions of courts of communities. And in this country, we have separation of powers. You know what I mean? So the court is a judicial thing and the legislature is the other thing. It's a separate branch of government. So they have to be separate. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, like in other words, go ahead.
But separate or not, Aldertron, just in America, as in UK, as in, I would say, most probably every government in the world, is just corruption. Oh. If these governments, if they was to really, the systems was to work how they were set up to work, then everything would be tickety-boo. But because they're all corrupted by Masons and money power and evil people that don't have their constituents' best or the humanity's best interests at heart, then we get what we get. You get them paid for. You get lobbyists that are paid for by corporations, whether it be pharmaceuticals one week, then it'll be arms industry next week, then it'll be the LGBT the next week, then it'll be the schools, then that's it. It's simple, because it's all corrupted. So unless you get rid of all that corruption, we ain't going to change anything. Not anything's going to change. Simple. It's like
they did. They did this deliberately. They let Catalonia have their say, and this just goes to show how how corrupt it all is, and it's all about money and all that. Well, it's not about money; it's about power. But Catalonia had their referendum, didn't they? And most voted to leave Spain. And then Spain said, no, you can't leave. You're still part of us. You have no right to leave. and they put it right in your face to say that, you know, this is the power they have.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
So
that's why people put a lot of faith in some people. Some people. Well, yeah, what's your opinion on Trump, Aldertron? You're an American. Or on politics in general,
I think
Trump.
yeah, his I actually don't have a political liking necessarily. I think it's fucked up game to play, and the only way to play it is from the highest moral ground possible. But if you know, for Trump, on my view, is basically I have no direct knowledge of it, and you wouldn't expect me to, right? But I mean, I can see that he's been operating directly within the powers that he has by the Constitution. I mean, I can't see anything that he's really done that's been unconstitutional. You know what I'm saying? When you really look at it, because I actually, and that knowledge comes from just over the last like decade, really devoting a lot of time every day to constitutional law. Yep.
Just like the top one, you know, like freedom of speech. Yeah, do you know they got the defund movement on the campuses of America when they're saying free Palestine and de-invest in Israel and blah blah blah, that sort of movement, the DBS movement, I think is called. And he signed papers to say that you can't have free speech based arrestable hate speech and all the laws that go with it, the consequences that go with it.
What? How did this? Where did it apply? What?
You know, the United States, the colleges, when you've got the students in the colleges and they want to protest, one of the movements in the colleges was the de-invest in Israel.
Okay.
And Donald Trump has signed papers to basically criminalize it, to say you can't speak about Israel or to free Palestine or de-invest in Israel, anything anti-Semitic, they're classed as anti-Semitic. So they're stopping free speech with these children, young students in colleges and stuff. And he signed that. And there's a lot of Americans saying it's against the Constitution, free speech, basically.
Well, you know, what's interesting is a lot of people make mistakes, right? So he could be wrong about that, right? But I mean, if you look at it too, the college is probably not a government organization either. And so maybe one of the finer points is that, you know, it's not because the Constitution applies only against the government and the college is not the government, then Trump has the authority somewhere to secure the right of the private establishment to be able to make those types of decisions, or to say that because it can make those types of rules for its campus. You know,
the E word. You're right. The right wing and left wing are part of the same bird. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking that when the question was first asked or spoken about. But hey, I'm gonna get off of here and free up some space if anyone. You know,
Trump has no authority anyway. Trump's just a fucking actor,
puppet,
a fat pig actor, soul-selling scumbag.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, they all know it's a participation in the game. It's seditious. Everybody's acting seditious as fuck right now. I mean, the mask actually is evidence of you participating in that sedition, helping the government really to solve its problem. Really, you know what I'm saying? It's like and Trump having said with that Mike Pompeo press briefing where Mike Pompeo, you saw that where he was like, oh, this is a live exercise, right? And then Trump says, oh, we should have let us know, right? And that's all caught on live camera. Have you guys seen that video yet?
Yeah. Again, that's again, it's everything they do.
It's a game. Yeah, exactly. You got to shield. Hey, thanks for inviting me.
It's like the Black Lives Matter movement. They got agents, you know, to go and protest and all that. All these people that were causing mayhem in America and even in the UK, and then people would join them and do the same, and then, you know, that's how it got mainstream, and then eventually everyone would do it, make it out like this big distraction. That's what it was, and it's dividing the people. Kinds of shiny minnows. Dividing the people, through white and blacks, you know, getting blacks to hate whites and so on, causing arguments, and it's divide and conquer.
Horrible. It absolutely is. You know, but what's interesting about the dividing and conquering? It's a natural process as well. All cell, right? Doesn't the human zygote actually divide at some point when the moment the sperm hits the egg, right? It starts, something happens in there, and there's like cells are splitting and shit. you know. So with this division comes a form of life, you know, and so there's fundamental like principles, spiritual principles at play within this whole framework. We have to bear that in mind as well. And on that note, I'm gonna bounce. But Shill, thank you. Everyone, nice to meet you, G. And
Nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you, man.
Talk soon. Thank you.
All
Thanks
right,
for coming on.
Cheers. You're welcome.
Well, it's also
that was interesting. That was interesting perspective from America.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. Is there anyone else listening from around the world?
I had someone.
It's the brilliant. Sorry to interrupt. Isn't it? You should ask anyone from around the world. Well, I've just asked it, but ask it again. You're the boss, man. You've got to have some people. That's brilliant when you get perspective from around the world.
I'm happy. I'm happy to have someone that's from from America. And the other day I had an Irish as well, which was good.
Yeah.
So getting people from different countries.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah. What's the next subject? Like I said, all I've been researching again is this new this book.
Well, obviously, you know, you guys know about the genetically modified animals. I've got two things actually. One about the smart cities, and then one about the genetically modified animals. So you've got like
most of the meat that people get
put
with fucking water and injections, mate.
Weren't there a story about that today or something? I see the headline. The shit they're pumping in chicken in Sainsbury's and Tesco's.
It's like when you get it's like when people get a packet of bacon and they cook it and it shrinks to like the size of their finger. It's all just pumped with water and all sorts of other crap.
Well, what they've done with mosquitoes was one of them that they did, and then they created an Oxitec. Oxitec's created a genetically modified male mosquito that carries self-limited genes to stop the Zika virus. And then there's one with cows saying they're using human genes to produce milk. And then chickens, GM chickens, that contain an extra gene that interrupts the transmission of avian flu. Unlike a vaccination, the modification still protects the birds if the virus mutates. However, some farmers argue it is better to enforce good farming practicals that create disease-free animals. So they're injecting all these animals with genes and genetically modifying them. And I think it's what they want to do with humans. So
well, they've got the evidence saying that is there to say they want to do that with humans.
Pardon?
Definitely, the evidence is there to say that, mate.
Yeah,
they want rid of us, and the ones that are left are just going to be like we've talked about, transhuman, whatever.
Yeah.
I used to say that animals, you know.
What do you say, Ethan? Sorry, mate.
Said who's to know they aren't already cloning animals and humans? They've been. There's been tests that they can do it with rats and stuff.
Of course, Dad. They even said it years ago, even before you lot was born. When I was a kid, or just 96, Betty Shield Destroyer will know. Betty what was it? Shield Destroyer, the sheep. They cloned the sheep. They all this in Scotland. And
I've heard
the first one in the world. Yeah. So it's already out there that they've cloned. That's no big deal. So it's what they've done behind
DNA in mice. Everyone knows about that.
Yeah.
But back in 2010, they used they've got a spider goat which produces lots of silk. Who the hell came up with that idea? Injecting a spider gene into a goat?
Maybe it's Spider-Man.
Spider goat. Spider goat. Spider goat.
Yeah, it would be a goat as well, wouldn't it?
No, you're talking about synthetic meat, yeah, and talking about crossing animals, genetically modified animals, or what would it be, crossbreeding different species of animals. They do it with meat, and I've come across it a couple months ago. So it would be buffalo with bison, and what else have you got? Big sort of game like that. But basically, they cross different meats together, crossbreed them to see what the meat is like, to see if it's more tender or And they've done it. But then the scientists say that when you eat that meat, it's not good for you because your body's thinking, what the fuck? This is some new mutated meat. And it'll be like when your body fights a toxin. Because your body will fight toxin, as we talked about yesterday. And as I've seen more and more of the research I do, that's all it is. Your body, any shit you put in there is going to fight it. So you don't put shit in there, you should stay healthy. Unless you get run over by a bus. Or take Bill Gates' vaccine. Should be all right. Fingers crossed. Yeah. The more and more look into it, it is.
Yeah, another thing I was looking at as well. Aldertron. Well, I was listening to Aldertron. Was it Aldertron? I don't know how to say his name.
Aldertron, I think.
This is from The Guardian. It's the 5 robots helping tackle coronavirus. The first one is called Starship Technologies, and this one, you know, we talked about Milton Keynes and the smart cities. Well, this one is in Milton Keynes already, and it's a wheeled robot that's delivering food and small supermarket shopping confinements to hungry residents. The town's large network of cycle paths makes it ideal suited to the knee-high machine, which trundles along at a top speed of 4 miles per hour. The company has made waiving its delivery charges for NHS workers during the crisis. So they've already got these robots in Milton Keynes going around delivering food.
Oh, do you know what? Now you said that, the last couple of years when I've been working, I've worked all anyway. There's been one site in Borough near London Bridge, and this block I've worked in, every fucking time I've worked there, you see this little robot thing, like a knee-high sort of robot on 4 wheels, like a little trolley, and then there's a guy or woman behind it, like a chaperone, walking with it, testing it. And I thought, fuck, that's what they're doing for the future, mate. That's what I bet. That's the same thing they rolled out. Was very similar. I've seen a company testing it in London, mate. I've seen them.
And Milton Keynes it was in that smart cities. I just researched. They've got a thing. I'm going to look at it.
What is it like? They've said that before, Jack. They'll have the drones. That's no big deal. I've seen something the other week with the smart cities. They're planning to have, you know, like you've got multi-story car parks. Yeah. So they'll have big. Like an aeroplane, or no, a big sort of helicopter or a big massive drone that will bring the stock from the big warehouse out on the suburbs or in the country. No lorries. Bring the stock into the city, into the smart city. Drop it into like a big sort of warehouse. It looks like a warehouse stroke car. And then you've got a little thing. Oh, it's amazing when you see it. You go, fucking hell, man. That's what. And then the drones just go to the like a big sort of letterbox, collects the that's it, and then it'll come to.
They've already got that in Africa, mate, with the medical stuff. They got it in rural areas. That's what's funded by Bill Gates.
I think I've seen that report as well, Ethan. Yeah.
This is another one. It's called a UVD robot, and the Danish disinfection robots that are in Chinese hospitals, and they deploy powerful UV lights which destroy the DNA or RNA of any microorganisms in range. And it's quite a big thing, and they've got them in Chinese hospitals. This affects the UV is well known, but dangerous to use if humans are nearby. But they're using them in hospitals to destroy microorganisms in China.
Fuck.
So crazy. I mean, this is all coming out now. This is
what's this? I want to have a look at this one. Can't you put this? Put it on the screen, Jack.
I'll put it in the link in the. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll put it in the link in now.
Nice one, mate. No, because I can't click on the links. I'm on my phone, innit? What's the story called? Let's do Chinese robot in hospital. Chinese.
It's called the 5 robots helping to tackle coronavirus. It's on The Guardian.
Nice one, mate. Thank you. That's interesting.
Oh my god! I mean, it's this is it. There's one called the Zora bots, and this is the UN. This is the United Nations that have equipped Rwanda with 5 anti-epidemic robots made by Belgian company Zora bots to help against the country's battle with coronavirus. The robots can screen a patient's temperature, identify people not wearing masks. So there we go. We've got policing already in robots. It generally says here, robots can screen a patient's temperature, identify people not wearing masks, and monitor abnormalities in how a patient sounds or looks.
Yeah, you're abnormal already because you ain't wearing a mask. He's awake. Fucking do a click. They'll just put a little moody thing in there. Yeah, temperature. Calling.
We've got that robot now. We've got
isolate. Fuck, that's how it'll be. You'd have a fucking robot walking about saying if your temperature's thing, they'll isolate you on the street like this little dog robot I'm looking at now.
Yeah, and it's all here. It's all on the Guardian. We've got it all.
Oh, no. Oi. That is it. Oi, that's the one I've seen. I see it. Starship Technologies. That's the one.
Yeah.
That is exactly the same one. But they used to have a geezer walking behind it, making sure it didn't fuck up. So they must have been testing it at Borough. Yeah, that's exactly it. Who's got that Google then?
They've got
Milton Keynes recently expanded. All right.
Yeah. Are you reading it now, G?
Yeah. Fuck me. Yeah, nice, cool, good article you found there, mate.
I'm gonna make a video on this because it's all here.
Yeah, it's a good article. What the fuck is that? What's that? That looks like a light bulb in a grow room. I want one of them for a grow. Look at the technology there.
And they're talking about UV lights to detect microorganisms. Like
what?
This is dangerous stuff, isn't it?
Dangerous. What? The disinfection robots are being rolled out in China's. Fucking powerful UV lights which destroy DNA.
Crazy, isn't it, mate?
Fuck me. But what I know about Joe, that ain't gonna destroy fuck all. That's just gonna, like you say, it's gonna be more detrimental to humans. That's gonna harm us. That's gonna be more. I'm all them rays going through. What is it? UV lights. That's more for your eyes. UV lights that's will that energy hurt you? I thought it's more. Might hurt your eyes. That's about it. I can't see it. I don't know if it will penetrate you biologically, sort of thing. Harm you biologically.
How it will destroy DNA and RNA of microorganisms in range, though. But it says this effect of UV is well known, but is dangerous to the use of humans and nearby. So what do I mean by that?
Yeah, look. So the AI as well. Look at the important bit at the bottom. AI. However, the robots are able to learn the layout of the hospitals and go about their work autonomously when medical staff aren't present. Fuck, that's it.
And then you got do?
Oh, hold on. They're saying like they're little cleaning robots that are going about. This is all for a fucking mind fuck, mate. Look, if you don't believe in germ theory, what is that thing going about? That little robot that most
why is it there?
NHS 50 grand or more, most probably more. Exactly. It's just there as a fear porn, just to put it in your head that you need these magical fucking machines going around to get this new virus that they've just discovered. What they call it, the unknown virus. Yeah, find that story, Jack.
Yeah,
it was an unknown virus.
Go down and look at the Zara bots. Look at Zara bots, the next one down. See what that says.
Fucking hell. You and Rwanda with 5 epidemic robots made by a Belgian company, blah blah, against the country's battle with fuck off. 85 people not wearing masks and abnormal. Oh, go away.
So you got the police inside of it though.
Oh man. Okay, now.
Evening, gents.
Hi, mate.
Hello, mate.
How are you, Luke? You alright?
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm just sitting in the background here listening to you.
Yeah, you've come off and on occasionally.
Yeah,
you're right.
We're looking at this story, Ulick. Sorry, Ulick. We're looking. Have a look at this one, mate. This is flipping interesting. Anonymous, but interesting. About the Guardian article that Jack's found about these robots, mate. It's fucking. What's this last one? Then you can jump in.
I ain't looked at that one yet. It's one in Japan. I'll be
do you know what? That's what I told you. See, look at it. You see those little iPads, whatever they have, the little tablets with the faces. That is exactly what they had in Tesco's the other day in the self-checkout, and that's what they got in China. The facial recognition. Oh, I know what they're doing. They're getting their diploma because they can't see the professor at the university, whatever. Look, they're doing it over fucking internet with the iPad, whatever you call it. Tablet.
Yeah, I wish I could get it up on screen and show people, but I don't know how to do
that. Yeah, it's a shame. Oh, you should figure that out because them lot, you'll be able to do it. Them not know how to do it because this is.
I'm going to do a video on it. I'm going to do a video on it because that needs to be seen.
Yeah, it
definitely.
Does. Yeah, good call. What's this one? Replace quarantine students who were unavailable to their graduation ceremonies. See, they're just this fear porn. That's why you've got to crush it from the beginning and say there's no fucking virus and go and research it and get. I mean, these people, bless them, they've done 10 years research on it. Do a video on this. It's on YouTube. They can't ban this, mate. It's Dawn List, the David Parker. They're brilliant. They deserve.
They obviously want to bring these out, though. This is what they want. This is what they want on the streets.
Yeah, but remember, this ain't just this because there's no virus. This is just for control and just get us hearing.
It is. It is. It is for control.
Rolled out in Chinese hospitals, the machines deploys powerful UV lights which will destroy DNA and RNA of any microorganism range.
Oh, I'm glad you found that, G, though.
For my tuppence worth, wouldn't it not be better having fucking them robots, the way you know they're fucking robots, than the pricks that are fucking out there as robots at the moment with uniforms on them.
They've got just simply ordinary police.
I wouldn't say Ulick. No, because it's taken away. It's giving them more control with these robots, and taking more power away from us as humans, because they're doing our jobs. And yeah, we've been alright for however long we've been here. No, fuck robots.
Fuck them, you're paying for all this. Hang on, whoa. You're paying for all these fucking robots that are giving us fucking orders. This is what this is all about. This is controlling, right?
Yeah.
You're paying for it your fucking self.
Yeah, well, in theory,
you know what I mean?
You got to start looking at it as another thing. If people aren't going to be willing to give up technology, right? If you say, look, we're going to take away your phones, we're going to take away all this tech, and we're going to get you back to nature, they'll go, oh, no. So you got to show them how dangerous it is first, right? You got to make
take away your fucking phones. You won't, because you won't be able to catch me then. You won't know who the fuck I am. You won't be able to fucking... You know what I mean?
I've heard...
That's what they're afraid of. That's why they're keeping us with the phones. Fuck away the phones if you want to when you're ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want you tell them to fucking post a letter to you.
Do you remember once upon a time, even in my time, you used to have a pen pal?
Pen pal?
Yeah. Well, I didn't have a pen pal. No, that's a bit extreme, but they were doing it when I was, yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a pen pal when I was a kid.
Where was your pen pal then?
Yeah.
My pen pal, I think, was in America. But you'd have a pen pal, you know what I mean? So you just write each other a letter, and then one day you just wouldn't receive a letter, or you just forget, and they'd disappear, your pen pal, because one of you wouldn't write the next letter.
Pen pal's old school. My cousin in Scotland, she found, no word of a lie, when I went in to see her last year, she told me a story about her pen pal. You know what they're like, and she brought out all the old letters, and she found a fucking message in a bottle. That's how she found her pen pal, old school, isn't it? Went to the beach, and there was a message, and it was of someone in America, I think. I swear it was something like that.
Yeah.
Written for her for years.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, every day it's something different there, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, their thing is control, right? Doesn't matter.
That's why they want the robots to do it, Ulick. They want the robots to do it, mate.
Take all the jobs from humans.
They want us like fucking China. We don't know what the fuck is going on in China. Remember there the fucking while ago when the bat fucking things were dropping fucking dead in the streets. You know what I mean? I haven't seen any of that fucking happen. You know, but you know, like the reality of it, we don't know where the fuck that's happening even.
No.
You know what I mean? What's happening in China? There's no fucking Chinese telling you this, is there? I don't see any of them. The only one I watch TV, you might see a bit of them on that fucking, but there's nowhere.
We were talking about this yesterday. How people in China were supposedly dropping dead in the streets, but people were getting taken away in vans and stuff and all that, and it wasn't because of the virus. It was because of they were going against the Chinese government.
There was 100 people killed in China yesterday in floods.
I see that as well. That's most probably want to clear the area out because they're fucking heartless out there.
Yesterday.
All the governments are.
Yeah, there's big floods there.
Yeah, I see that.
Ethan, you there, mate?
Yeah, mate.
Cool. Just making sure.
And there's a load of nuclear power stations along them rivers that are fucking big rivers that are dammed up, yeah? So if they go, that's all the sea is fucking around that area fucking gone. And here, everywhere, you might as well say. No, you're just talking about robots. That's fear-mongering. You're just talking to Guardian newspaper and who fucking looks at any of that shit anyway? That's all fucking them fucking whatever the fuck they call them, Zionist fuckers.
No, you got to look at it, mate. This is where you see what they're rolling out, and you see their agenda is just unfolding. Do you know what I mean, mate?
It is fear, but that's what they want. But you know, it shows that where they want to go with all this.
They're years ahead, though. See that they're rolling that out now. They've done that probably, mate. That's all been in the pipeline coming fucking a long ago. You know what I mean? Like, this is all just all part of that. I'm just telling you. You see all that? What did you say? No, but what they're saying, health and safety and all that, right? You watch that coming in there, you can't get just can't walk in and get a job off the fucking street anymore. That's health and safety, health and safety. This is all now medical safety, medical safety, medical safety. You just watch them and they love giving orders. This is when they're in their best. And it's them, then replace them, let them gobshites that are enjoying giving orders at the moment, let them fucking be replaced with robots. They'll do a better fucking job than what they're doing anyway.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Nah.
Yeah, come here, they're talking about. I'll tell you now, in a tweet there last year, there was a boy called Yang, he was running for, and he was on about, they're not replacing the cars, you know, the Teslas, it was the lorries they want to replace the drivers with.
I don't think we should be replaced at all. Anyone should be replaced by.
Well, that's what I mean. Look, that's what I was trying to say to you all the time. They're doing it all the time.
Ethan, what's going on with the moon? I've been looking for it and I can't find it.
Sorry for talking a bit of reality there.
No, it's all right.
I've just run away looking for the fucking moon because Ethan keeps saying about the moon.
It's everyone's opinion, you know, that counts. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yesterday, I went and got the coronavirus test. Yeah.
Yeah, the moon, mate. It's like,
it was
the sky's kind of like a blue color. It's fucking weird.
Well, the moment. Oh, sorry, I just listened to Ulick.
I don't know if it's like that.
Ethan, sorry, mate.
You're all right.
Sorry, Ulick. Go on.
No. The sky's kind of a funny colour. That's more interesting, but I'm not fucking tell.
Oh, okay. What, Ethan? I can't see anything at the moment. In my end.
I don't know, mate. Maybe they got somebody Project Bluebeam going up North Wales.
Yeah.
I can usually see the moon at this time through my window. Funny enough, and it's not there. I went out in a back garden. It's not there. I can't fucking see the moon in the sky, though the sky's like completely clear as well.
We ain't got clear sky.
This moon tonight is a Pisces moon, which is supposed to help open your pineal gland. If anyone was wondering.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's an interesting bit of information.
Yeah.
Each moon phase that is in a different zodiac sign has different powers, apparently, for your certain organs in your body. So,
wow,
bit of useful information for you.
Yeah, expand on that if you know anything more, mate. That's interesting.
Probably do a video on it tomorrow, Ethan. Maybe.
Yeah, you know that guy I was talking about that I was going to show everyone yesterday, or I was thinking about, I just wanted to watch a bit more. I watched another video of his, and he's all about like saying that he's got the pineal gland open and everything, the whole world looks different to him and la-di-da-di-da, right?
Yeah.
He does some good videos, but he put one out yesterday saying that basically he's speaking to the, I think he's speaking to the sun, and the sun's told him that he'll be the one that's got to end like two people, Cain and Abel, or I don't know, it's Cain and Abel or something like that. And now he believes that he's got to be the one. And I'm like, oh my God, are you fucking for real, mate? And he's doing a video on that. I'm going, shit, you're literally just saying you're now going to go out and, try and get two people. It's like, fucking hell. And someone's talking to you. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, shit, is he being MK Ultra or what, man?
That's crazy.
You got all these like spiritual people, don't you? They're talking on YouTube and all that about God, Jesus, and they talk about, don't take the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is coming at the end of times.
Yeah, most of these.
You wonder. You did a video on it, Ethan, didn't you? And you said that it showed that the woman was reading a script.
Yeah, that woman was hilarious, saying Jesus is gonna save her in 2 days, and that was a month ago. So,
you just don't know who's true and who's not true, and. Like Shill said, like you can't trust anyone.
Yeah, you got to find it in your own heart, I think, your own mind, your own body, and you'll start to feel, you start to get certain pulses, I think, through your own body when you start to come into some real truth, some enlightening truth, shall we say? But you won't. It's quite kind of hard to find that there because most people are just pushing their usual shit, aren't they? Oh yeah, everything else is lies, but the Bible's real. But Jesus is the only way you're going to save yourselves during these times. Look, as the Bible says, everything that the Bible says is now happening. Can you not see it? It's like, yeah, we can see it because they're fucking following it.
Yeah.
It's fucking, yeah, honestly, it's hard work out there, man. Just trying to get a little bit of real truth and some real knowledge. You know what I mean? That's a big thing. Everybody wants some real knowledge.
Once you're in like the truth area, you know, when you've got links to different channels that can't be searched now on the main web, only can be searched via like, I suppose, like hyperlinks. Because it's very hard to find channels like ours. No one's just going to find a channel like ours straight away.
Can I interrupt? What happened to Ethan's stream the other day?
They
got taken down.
They say what reason?
Hang on a second. Wasn't your man who done the Christchurch live streaming that time? Remember that mosques, them two mosques that time he shot them up? Apparently, wasn't that live streaming? And he was cut down in the mid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, mid live stream they were able to cut him down. So you're saying they wouldn't pick it up? There's my back door being kicked in at the moment. Yeah.
No, it just shows you, mate. That got put down pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
I was gonna fucking put a like on it and stuff. What the fuck?
We must have said something very truthful in that for it to get taken down.
We were talking for hours. I was thinking, what was we saying? I can't remember. We fucking covered a lot of it. You know what I mean?
We're talking about everything, mate, from frequencies to
water,
water, mass.
Well, it could only be something to do with the current fucking. Well, I don't want to say it now. I don't want to get this one put down. You know,
the CV.
Oh, is that how you say it? Yeah, the CV. What did they tell you then, Ethan? What was their excuse or reason?
A Lady Gaga video, even though it had no sound, so I don't know how they can copyright it. I think it was just a excuse just to ban it.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga video, all right.
The next they'll be censoring for false information.
They do already. There's a government fucking website. I found it the other day. It's called UK Gov Fact Check or something, and it's basically I've took a picture of it because I thought I've got to print that off.
On YouTube.
No, government website. UK
I was
government.
talking about on YouTube.
Like no, that's deeper than that. No, if you go to the government website, it would override YouTube. No, the YouTube have got their fucking what do you call it? Their team that vet stuff and censor stuff. I suppose they have. Yeah, and but it shows you how quick they've got it. What's his name? Ethan's video didn't even last till the morning, did it? It's fucking. They've seen it straight away or whatever.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. But they'll be censoring, like, you know, just for false information. Like your video will be demonetized now. Got a strike because you've given
but ain't like it was
false information or something like that.
Look, yeah, but David Icke, he got 1 million streams or whatever it was, 1 million people, whatever, fucking untold.
Yeah, that was all.
Yeah, but I don't know how it ain't like Ethan's got thousands and thousands of people watching the stream. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
So even the little channels, they're watching. They're listening. They should be listening. I agree. They should be listening. Have they got
keywords that set it off? They've got keywords that set it off or something.
Of course. Yeah. Algorithms. They'll have stuff that will just ping up in it and blah blah blah. They've got enough money to have someone sitting there eating popcorn, just fucking going through it all. Some geek. Hello, join the chat, mate.
If there's someone on here, if there's someone on here watching, you're a scum.
No, they ain't. No, do you know what's happened? I'll give you a little tidbit. They've said that the people that do the censoring at YouTube or these places, some of them had to leave their job because they became woke. Imagine if you're just there and just watching it all day. Yeah, you'd be fuck, man. Flat Earth's real. And you pretend the other day YouTube who's censoring her, bruv. This is like I gotta go and listen to Truth Overkill or fucking Ethan or Shield Destroyer. Have you seen the Shield Destroyer geese? He's wicked, bruv. He fucking. It would be like people have like how you get people who turned to religion. They've fucking looked at the truth and they've turned to the truth.
Yep, you're right.
YouTube censors, mate. Google it. They've had to give them the sack or whatever because they fucking woke up.
Fuck YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah,
You're gonna get yourself. You ain't doing yourself no favours.
No, you're gone.
Yeah,
that's a big word. They censor that word really hard.
What, Jew?
Well, I was just listening to some other channel, and there was some geezer. Like, forget that. He was fucking being like, I've never heard nothing like it. Really, he was getting away with it a bit. Yeah.
Hey, no more news. You listen to him?
No, not him. I'm talking. It was a live stream. It's one of the streams that goes to Speaker's Corner, and I listen to it now and again because I know his brother. Well, I've met his brother and blah blah. So I listen to it, and sometimes right, but a lot of the time it's just fucking arguing. So the only streams I really listen to is you lot or Truth or Age Case or you know what I mean. That's it, or Shield Destroyer. Mm-hmm. That's it. But I listened in, and there's this fucking one geezer who's just going into this American guy, just going proper like. He was quite funny to be honest. But I'm surprised it'll be on that won't I can't see it staying on because if he was saying that about a black person or another race, the white or whatever, he'd be classed as racist. I ain't gonna lie. He was going in. You can't blame all Jews for everything. It's like you can't all blame all blacks for everything, or all whites for everything. That's too narrow-minded and it's not very fucking.
Watch your man's broadcast last night. The way they're chameleons. The chameleons.
Well, Ulick, they was on it pretty quick, mate. Fuck me. Pretty quick. And I don't know, you know what I mean? We weren't saying anything I wouldn't class as, I mean, against be nasty about anyone or just going to be, you know what I mean? But
no, but the chameleons, the way they operate as chameleons, they play the victim all the time. All the time. They're the victim.
I know. Projection and all that, I know, mate. I know.
Anyway.
Well, anyway, on a bright note, has anyone moved any further with germ theory? Because I told that's the one. I'm so fearless with germs now, and because in my mind it's just set my mind just free, just knowing about you can't really catch it. More and more evidence about it. You see these people wearing masks, and you think, how fucking dumb are you, man? It's only taken me a little while to figure out the truth. But I think it's easy for people like us because we've got a good grounding, because we know we've been lied about and researched so many other subjects. It's just another fucking subject we found out we've been lied about. But it's such a big one. I always thought if you sneeze next to someone that they're going to catch your germs. And that just ain't the case. It ain't. Simple as that. Contagious theory is bollocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I seen that thing you were on about on... there was a boy on Sam Tripoli put one up there. I was watching it, and it was only yesterday, I think. I think it was 5 yokes he was on about the same as you're on. About there. It's all, and he has these machines, EMF machines and all. Fucking, he's able to twiddle them and all. This fucking thinks he's deadly. He pointed me in the direction of someone there. There was some woman. And I just listened to a bit of her there earlier. But yes, exactly what you're talking about.
There's
I believe, mate.
The way they've overtook I think he was on about the oils actually in your the way the whatchamacallit, the petrol who is he blaming? The Rockefellers again, the oil company. Petro
pharmaceutical, whatever you call it.
Yeah, but your body does have natural oils, yeah. And you know the way you age and all, the way you dry up, your skin all dries up and all. Like that's all your oils going out of your fucking. That's all being bastardized as well, yeah, and replaced with other fucking shit that they put in you.
Yeah.
So about the germs theory that you talked about, G. There's a comedian called George Carlin, and he talks about germs and the immune system. It's quite funny. It's one to look at on YouTube.
No, I've seen. I know George Carlin. I like. He's very funny. But I'd done that on the bus the other week when I dumped. I went there with no mask on when I used to go out with my phone, and that exact same sketch you're on about, I put it on loud on my phone on the top deck, and made everyone hear it, and I was laughing at it. That same sketch you're on about. I know the one you're on about, and he's talking about when we was kids, we used to jump in the river, and we got
New York City,
because we used to swim in shit.
And then he talks about how he talks about how like the only time he ever washes his hands is if he gets shit on his hands.
Yeah, he's funny. He's a funny guy. That's a good clip. I played it on the top deck of the bus so everyone could hear it. Yeah, I wish I'd have filmed it. That exact same clip. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It was.
So.
Yeah, it's a shame. See, when you get your thing set up, when you do things like you could put that up. That's things like it's very comical, especially in times like this. You put that up for 5 minutes, just breaks. Do you know what I mean? He's a funny guy. That guy.
Get someone I'll get someone talking about. I could do a video. Get someone talking about germs and how they spread and everything. And then get George Carlin talking about like stuff. Did he do? Was it him that did another one saying about there's a club as well and you're not in it? Was it him?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big club and you're not in it.
You don't want to be fucking in it either.
Yeah, well said.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, like about saying that they're getting mind fucked as well, aren't they? Being in these clubs.
But I don't care.
Clubs. I was never a member of any fuck. I don't know. I think I was in the Cubs or the Scouts for 2 fucking weeks. I think that was the only club I was ever in. Any
I used to be in Scouts.
I just fucking I went for the walk 1 week, and the next week I was in learning how to do things, and some boy was telling me how to do things. I said, "Here, fuck this. See you, good luck." That was the end of my Scouts. Like authority, I never could handle authority. There's nothing fucking wrong with me. I just don't like being given orders by someone if I'm doing something fucking my way, and I think it's the right way. If they think it's better their way and it's not, you know what I mean? That's when I fucking disagree with someone. Say, fuck you, you're wrong, I'm right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get that.
I was just telling you,
absolutely.
I went in the other day. I went up to the COVID the other day, right? And I just seen what it was like. It was in a football pitch, and it must be lying there. But you go in, it's a drive-through, and and I counted them when I come in. There was fucking 9 people standing around to take a fucking swab, yeah. And I was pointing out to my son. I says, like, this is like what they fucking done in the ghettos. I'd say back in sending them poor fucking Jews to it. They thought they were going off to fucking on a holiday camp, and who sent them? Their own fucking doctors and fucking rabbis and fucking whatever the fuck. Let them off, right? I said, this is exactly the same. Go on up, there's your doctor saying you don't even know what they could be sticking something in your fucking nose. Never mind fucking taking it out.
That's right.
You don't know what the fuck. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. And I says, I don't want to scare you. This is what it was probably fucking like for them people first trusting their own. You know what I mean? Fucking idiots. Well,
so everyone in these tower blocks in Melbourne are forced to get tested, aren't they? So they're sticking stuff up their nose and.
What's happening there? It's been a couple of days since it's been.
Well, I think they're not. Well, obviously they're not allowed to leave their apartments at all. And they're doing mass testing on all the residents. Because they don't want it to spread. They don't want it to spread like that it has done in the hotels.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's all bollocks. When you look at it like I have, or most people, you just got to look at it. All this is bollocks. You can't.
I know it. Well, I know it is.
I've got some questions here. Ideal questions that I've written down from this document. Is there a electron micrograph of the pure and fully characterized virus? That's one question. what is the name of the primary specialist peer-reviewed paper in which a virus is illustrated and is fully genetic information described? What is the name of the primary publication that's provided proof a virus is the sole cause of a particular disease? Yeah, there's no paper. So these people have researched this subject for 10 years or more, at least 10 years, written an 800-page book with 40-page worth of sources, and these are the three main questions that they haven't been able to answer because there is no peer review. Like I just said, there's no evidence to show that the viruses have been purified and that viruses exist, because it's just a dead protein. And when you hear these people explain it, when they've been researched for 10 years, and you know all the lies you've been told from the government and fucking Bill Gates, it doesn't take long to figure out you can't catch a fucking virus, mate. It's simple. So when they say all these models and all these plans, it's all bollocks. They just got to see through it and just think, how are they getting away with this narrative? And they're getting away with this narrative.
I hope every fucking doctor in the world is fucking hanging his head in shame. You know,
that's right, Ulick. There's only a few. No, but in fairness to them, mate, they're getting away with it because they can't, because they're saying they'll get the sack or they'll get this and blah blah blah.
But look at all the departments. Look at all the departments.
They have a note. They have an oath. They swear an oath to the fucking. They have to keep you alive. That's if they knowingly do something to fucking that they know is against your health, right? Whatever they have there.
Epocratic oath. I know what you're on about, mate. I know what you're on about. You're right. 100% agree.
So every one of them gets fucking taken a wage. Just that's what you're saying.
Ethan, what link do you want? Sorry, go on. Put in the private chat. Hold on.
Mankind's just getting a big fucking lesson at the moment, isn't it? Because all these people they supposedly trust and are supposed to trust, scientists, doctors, lawyers, judges, politicians, TV news readers. Yeah, all these people they're supposed to trust, and every single one of them is letting them down right now, right?
And every one of you are fucking paying for it. That's the fucking joke of it all, though. You know what I mean? That's the whole system is fucked up.
But everybody's going to learn. Everyone's going to learn. They're going to go, oh, fucking what? Doctors, I thought I could have trusted you. We always were brought up to trust our doctor. You're supposed to fix us. And all the doctors are going to hold their head in shame. Scientists, you're supposed to be doing a great job to find out what's great for us and doing tests and finding the best cures for diseases, best things for this. And you've been lying to us about it all this time. Fuck you. And then we get to the politicians, of course, and the police and the fucking lawyers and the judges. They're all fucking a disgrace. All fucking all their fucking heads. Yeah,
there was a big one going on in America there. They went through this private down this private road, that Antifa or whatever, yeah. Like, they were all wrong. But did you see that? They said it was their house. It was a fucking castle they were protecting. You know what I mean? That's just what they were in giving out about. I'd say, we're going down here to fucking look at these bastards. Like, where the fuck are they after getting all of that money? They're only solicitors.
We all know this is all bullshit. I mean, I knew not straight away, but I suppose it took me a few days, but I just knew, you know, it just doesn't make sense how it spread around the world like it did.
No, that's the first thing I researched.
It didn't work out straight away, to be fair.
When it kicked off straight away, the first thing I researched was germ theory. I want to know just if this was real, if this was a real, and then I figured it out pretty quick. Then everything else just fell into place when you start thinking, right, it's not real. Then you think the UN's involved, right? Then you look into Celeste Solom saying about the agenda for the World Health Organization. Then it come out about the event 201, blah blah blah. Yeah, so I knew pretty quick it was nothing to fear about catching a virus.
No.
That. Then just have to look at it critically and think, how's this narrative running? Like I said,
there isn't any,
and all the people that's paid.
Yeah,
that's not.
People are saying, even if there is like this, there isn't. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
When this started, people who have been doing the truthing for some time all going, well, I think there's something out there. It's just not as bad as they're making out. I think there is a virus. I'm going, what the fuck? What, Agenda 21, and what year we in? 2020, and all of a sudden a worldwide virus comes along. Work it out, Jesus. What do you want to fucking something that's face to sort you out? Jesus, come on, people. And they're looking at you going, well, no, but there's probably something. It's like, oh, fuck off. Fucking you're just another one of these idiots that pretend to wake up and have gone straight into a fucking coma again. So annoying watching all these people pretending, man. Like, yeah, there is something, because it makes them feel better, doesn't it? It makes themselves feel better. Oh, there is something I should be scared of. It's not just a terrible, disgusting government and United Nations office that are doing this. There's something I should be scared of other than them. It's like, fucking hell, wake up.
No, is that what I said the other week, Shield Destroyer, when I found out that research, cognitive bias. They've got that, it's called the ostrich effect. They buried their head in the sand like an ostrich. Yeah, I can't bother going through the paperwork and finding all the other bits. But it's just cognitive bias. That's the main one. Where they want to follow the group and think, government would never lie to me. Doctor would never lie to me. They've done all that years in doctor medical school. They fuck blah blah blah. No, it could never. And even I'd fucking say that. I've gone to hospital for fucking years. It was only the last 6 months since it's kicked off. And I've researched germ theory. I've only researched that recently and found out it's all allopathic medicines, all bollocks, built on a lie. And then the real way to keep us healthy, our well-being, is terrain theory. It's all naturopathy and homeopathy and meditation and blah 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 and natural foods. We don't need hospitals.
The real disease, real fucking disease is cognitive dissonance. Without fucking a shout, that's the big fucking worldwide disease right now. All these fucking arseholes that just want the easy life, everything given to them, including information, and they just want to take from the TV, get their 10 minutes in, and then they can get on with their fun shit. It's just a wind up, isn't it? It's a fucking wind up. It's like fucking the people who aren't like that. You're just sitting there going, what the fuck is wrong with my fucking world? What is wrong with my family? What is wrong with my neighbours? What is wrong with the people down the shops? What the fuck is wrong with them all, man? There's something serious.
Me down.
Yeah. There's something seriously wrong with them, isn't there, in the fucking head? There's, something ain't fucking ticking right in that head, is there? Of all these people who are just buying all this bullshit. You're just fucking idiots.
Yeah, well, especially now though, yeah. But like 10 years ago and all that, before the internet, I mean, you've got the internet and all that now, so people can do more research and should be able to find it out a lot easier. But like 10, 20 years ago, you just had the TV telling you that this, that, and the other.
Yeah, and every
newspapers, no one really knew.
Or 99.9% of them people out there who are still buying into this bullshit have at some point been told something's not true and ignored it. And still they carry on just going, oh, we'll just ignore it.
Yeah, I know people like that.
Well, come here, lads. If it's that fucking simple, we can see it, yeah? What's the fucking solution then to getting them, like, you know what I mean? We seem to be repeating ourselves, and it's getting the message across. Like, Jack and yourself there, fucking the young fellas. I want the likes of you know what I mean?
Masks is the easiest out, isn't it? Because, if you've got one of them testers and you can stand at the shops in the queue while they're all fucking queuing and say to people, here, look, watch this. Look at this, no problem. Look how much hair I got. Now I put the mask on. Look at that. And watch everyone fucking suddenly take their masks off, right? Because wouldn't you, if you wear a mask?
Come here. You're just, I done it in the shop, pointed it out to a woman that she just wanted to give orders, and the woman behind me.
But have you got a machine?
Racist, you know what I mean? They just think you're the lunatic, you know what I mean? It's always.
Yeah, but that's without a machine.
I mean, you're only playing into their hands. That mask shit is just being subservient, you know what I mean? That's what people don't stir the shit. Do it anyway. You know what I mean?
I just hit him with Louis Pasteur.
That's
all I'd say.
You know the players.
Just hit him with Louis Pasteur. I say Louis Pasteur. I say, do you know who Louis Pasteur is?
Yeah, he was smallpox, was he?
No, that's Edward Jenner.
Who's he?
No,
Is it
Louis
Edward Jenner?
Pasteur.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, no, that was just a smallpox vaccine, but that was all bollocks anyway. Cowpox vaccine rather. But no, Louis Pasteur, pasteurization, basically germ theory, that the microbe, a living microbe, is the creates the disease basically in your body. So you get the microbe from, like he says, from outside the body into the body, and it makes you ill, and that causes the disease. A virus or whatever, a virus, yeah. But then there's Anton Buchamp, who says it's the terrain, it's the body that creates the symptoms. So basically, it's the bacteria in your body that's fighting the toxins that will be in your body. And now there's so much toxins in the body, that's why cancer rates are so high. Where it would be 3% of the population in the 1900s, now it's 50% in America. So they say it's genes, but it can't be genes, because if it was genes, then all the people back in those days would be same cancer rates. It's toxins that's causing the cancer, which is the main disease that is really a chronic fucking, that your body can't deal with. If you well, it can if you get it early enough and you treat it with the right food and blah blah blah. But if you don't, then you can't deal with it and it kills you, innit? They know that.
I was studying something there at college, and I got interested in it, them trans fats. And that your body stored and all that shit that it doesn't know what to do with, and it'll keep it, it'll eat everything else, and it'll hang on to that because it's an alien to your fucking, to your system, to your natural fucking body. Yeah?
We said, didn't we, that like stuff like gluten, it's glue in it or something, so it'll stay in you.
What's your body's shutting down insulin? And many diabetics when I was growing up, there wasn't, you know what I mean? I didn't know anyway. But come here, and what I noticed was the cluster around me growing up was bronchial, and that was some swimming and shit in the Irish Sea, and fucking what was coming up out of Windscale or Sellafield or whatever fucking they call it. That's
very interesting. Well done. See, that's it, Ulick. That's what it is. That's exactly how you said that, mate. That is exactly how it is. Toxins in a certain area, a certain demographic, get it. Obviously the people that live in that area, the kids in that area, that's fact. There's plenty of research. Chernobyl, that, and then it went to Scotland. Yeah, people got contaminated. I've got a radiation poison in Scotland because the wind. That's documented. There's been papers written on it. Yeah, there's another one where this woman got a big cancerous growth on a tobacco farm from dad just used to let this geezer put uranium from his a factory he had. He used to spread it over the fields, and she's playing in the fields for all these years as a kid, and then and she got some big purple growth, and I can't remember the name of the anyway, there's a special name for this cancer that growed on, but the cause and effect was the ground. And now you say that, and now you say there's a cluster of cases of that disease in your area because of the sea. That makes sense. That's what they've said all along. Your body absorbs, or you drink, or you fucking eat, or breathe in if it's like a solvent toxin, but usually it's the usual sort of ways with food or swimming in, like you say, mate. And then bang, rest is history. Or vaccines. Fuck me. How the fuck did I miss out vaccines? Put that top of the list. Put that top of the list.
I wonder if they put uranium or plutonium in vaccines.
Well, I've got a list of it somewhere, mate. Even if they don't, they put enough shit that will fuck you up. So, yeah, even if they didn't put that in, it doesn't matter. There's a list of shit. Yeah, vaccines. When you look at the history of vaccines, you see that every time they've been administered throughout history, there was no autism before the 1920s or whatever. No autism, didn't hear of it. And now they say within 20 years, 15 to 20 years, 80% of boys will be autistic if it keeps going exponentially the way it's going now. Yeah? And they're saying fucking autism is just a thing that's happened to human nature. Fuck off. Yeah? You pumping kids with vaccines, that's what's caused autism, mate.
True.
And not just that, all the other shit. It didn't take long to figure that out. I didn't realise there was such a big anti-vaccine movement as they try and say, and Boris, the horrible piece of shit. Oh, we should follow the scientific research. Fuck off, you horrible cunt. I've forgotten more than he knows, and I've only been researching it about 2 months. And he's got the cheek to sit on the stage and saying, follow the scientific research. You don't ever want to see me face to face, that man, because I'll fucking let it rip him, a little mug.
I was going to, I want to be careful what I say, but like, people with like Down syndrome, and is all is that natural, or Do you think that's...
No, that's a natural. That's like when someone's born like that.
Just extra chromosomes, isn't it?
No, but no, who knows? But no, we used to have that thing what happened. The older lot will know the thalidomide kids when they put flumidivar. I can't even say it correctly, but you lot will say it. You know what I'm saying? They're the kids that come out with.
Yeah, thalidomide.
That's the one. Yeah. Nice one, Ulick. Yeah, and the kids come out with defective arms and stuff, disabled. Yeah, and there's been many cases that kids have been polio vaccine in India. That's recent.
Can I interrupt there for a second? Did you see the trouble? Did you see the trouble the father had of the victims of that had trying to get compensation for them, even off the ones after everyone knew it was the drug that they were giving them caused that. But the families of the real sufferers of all these fucking vaccines, right? When they tell you, I tell you what my doctor told me, right? He says to me, Paul, you know the way they're having sex younger now? I says, no, doctor, how would I know that? Right? That fucking threw my ears up straight away. He says, well, anyway, there are just 365 girls die of cervical cancer in this country every year. Whoa. I says, he's after reciting this to me now. I says, yeah. And I says, what about the thousands of families that are autistic with all the side effects of this? Like the real victims that they're suffering every fucking day, the whole family, because of them fucking injections that you're giving them. What about them? Do you tell anyone about them? You're a scaremonger, or you are. I says, well, that's the facts. You're spouting facts to me. I'm only giving them back to you. Go on. But he was after fucking injecting me first with the flu vaccine. Never even asked for it, right? This is what they're fucking like. That's what I mean. It's every day fucking life I talk about. I'm not fucking looking at videos of people. I'm watching myself doing this. You know what I mean? I'm out there on the face of it, like fucking fighting it every fucking day.
So what? Sorry, just one quick one, Truth. So, Ulick, is there a spike in autism in Ireland as well then?
Yeah, for fuck's sake, it's been going on for years. This country's just a fucking joke, man. Right? This place is just a fucking complete.
They all are.
Fucking.
All the Western countries are.
Yeah, but this is a particular fucking nasty one because there's no real. There never has, as far as I'm concerned. Fucking, it's just one fucking shout of criminals after the next. Right? That's all. Yeah, it's fucking mad.
Yeah.
But sure, like that, they keep on getting in. So, you know what I mean? You're saying awake. That's what I am, like. Still, no, he's a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mad. Sure.
Well, at school, we all had to have flu jab. I had a flu jab when I was at school. It was in year 9. So I've had the flu jab. God knows what they put inside me with that. It was compulsory.
I'm sure they're typing in the room now. So there's fucking.
They said they give before 6 months old they give like 52 vaccines. I don't know if that's like that in the UK, but when I was listening to the lady talking about yesterday, the doctor talking about yesterday, what was her name? Oh fuck. Anyway, I've got it written down, but she was very good. That was it, Lorraine something could have, but she's very good. But and it used to be 6 vaccines, but they said that's the problem because they're putting a combination of vaccines. Well, I think it's a problem putting any fucking vaccines. They say a kid, I believe, hasn't got an immune system until they're about 1.5 years or something. So that's why we've been humanity's kids have been all right. Just let them do what they're doing. So if you're introducing germs and shit or these viruses or whatever into their body, the body's going to think, what the fuck? It's gonna affect them. It's just common sense, and it has affected them. Not even common sense. The data's there to show. You can see all the harm vaccines have done to kids. You know, that's a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've always been trying to point out, like, I mean, I've always smoked fucking weed. It doesn't matter. They can lock me up the fuck. The minute I get back out, I'll smoke another fucking joint or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? I've always lived my life, not any fear of fucking that. You know what I mean? Just so.
And you're awake as well, aren't you? You do that. You know, but you're awake and you're still okay smoking it.
Me? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean. No, that's what I mean. You're awake. You know, you're awake, and you're chatting with us, okay? So,
yeah, but like, these are brothers. That's what I'm saying. Like, these are all right there listening. But I'm just saying, how do you get that message out to all these other fucking idiots? You know what I mean? We were all fucking idiots at one time.
well, yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't just keep on calling them fucking idiots. They don't listen. The minute you start shouting at someone to turn up, you know what I mean? We're not getting the message across. Just simple as. It's like about religion. Like, I mean, I fought religion from day fucking one. And
well, I've got a good idea.
People
Let's
make their own
become
mind up. They're not
extremists.
going to
Let's
let
become
someone else tell them.
extremists. Let's become
But we are
extremists. Maybe plant a bomb somewhere next.
Maybe the 500 million
No,
left will just be awake.
That's all they want. They want the two side. They want to get two extremists. You know what I mean? They'll always have the other side of that coin as well, and they love that. That's the old game, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shell. What did you say?
I said maybe the 500 million that are left are just the awake, right?
Well, yeah, because they'll know reality will hit them if that's the case. So.
Well, yeah, we won't be taking the vaccines. We're not putting masks on. We're not going to be taking chips or anything, right? So, and as we're seeing, people are going to start getting ill from these fucking masks. You know what I mean? They're going to start getting fucking ill, especially when the winter comes in.
Yeah, well, I did a video today on Boris Johnson. They're now starting to tighten the restrictions up. He's wearing a mask. I think I've said this at the start of the video anyway, but he's wearing a mask in a shop. He never goes shopping, like you said. And, you know, they're saying that it's going to be made. They're looking at now making it. This was the BBC, and they're looking at making it compulsory in shops. And then it'll be public.
You that already. Fucking excuse my French. I said that the other day.
I know you did. We knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen, but people don't. People still don't.
Chuck the link out there, Jack.
What do you say, mate?
Someone's asking, Overkill's asking for the link.
What is truth there?
What link?
The link to come in, I guess.
Oh, yeah, get truth on.
Link to come in. Oh, God, yeah, sorry.
Well, truth's up there. Yeah, get truth on, man. Yeah, I knew they'd bring them on to the, what do you call it, shops. We all did. See, that's it. They ain't stopping me. I've got my fucking exemption. I've seen a lot of these, when they call them Karens, whatever, they call them anti-maskers or mask deniers or whatever in the States. They're trying to demonize these people. Don't try none of that shit on me, mate. I fucking tell you. The woman tried it on the tube today. When I got on the tube. She goes, oh, mask. No, I'm all right, love. Thanks for the advice. Have a good day, yeah? I don't need it. I didn't want to get deep. If I had my camera on me, I'll just go and face them next time.
Well, that's the thing. It's all in language. It's all going to be in language, and they make it policy. Oh, government policy. What the fuck? What the fuck is government policy? You know what I mean? What's that? Fucking policy. It's almost like they're telling people you've got to, but if you understand the language, you haven't got to. You haven't got to do anything. They can't make you fucking put a mask on. That goes against every fucking humanitarian law out there. You know, it's just bollocks, man. But the majority, of course, they're scared little children. You know, they don't want to go out and see the headmistress and go, oh my God, she's going to be mad at me because I'm not wearing my mask. That's just what they're like.
Roll up the window, roll down the window.
That's what they'll do.
Roll down the window. That happened to me yesterday. One told me to roll it up, and then I started pretending I was filming. The security man come up and says to me, "Can't film." I rolled the window straight up, and he was coming, and he called up the one, and he said, "Oh, roll down the window." And I wouldn't answer him. He wanted me to roll down the window and put it down. I said, "You told me to roll the window up," and I put it back up again. So.
That's the way you got to do. You start winding them up. They want to be an arsehole. You want to choose to put a mask on. Put the mask on. Well done. You want to take the vaccine? Congratulations. Well done.
I was after telling her I'm not wearing the mask.
Yeah, man. Fuck off.
I went by her and told her I wasn't wearing the mask. That's what she told me to roll up the window. And he was sitting there like a gobshite with a mask on beside me. I was smoking away. Oh,
jeez.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, fuck it.
It's comical. When I'm walking out, knowing what I know, and sorry to interrupt you, Lick, when I walk around there, or most probably all of us, but from my point of view, I walk around, it's so fucking surreal and comical, seeing all these people in masks and thinking, I've figured this out so pretty quick. Why the fuck ain't you? I just don't get how people are so asleep. It's fucking crazy. There's literally not that many people that are really why they wear masks? It's fucking pointless. If anything, it will make you ill. The research shows you that more than it's going to protect you. The research shows it's not going to protect you. So you might as well think.
Well, I told my son, remember, it says you could be a fucking fruit bat, or fucking you could be a lump of fruit, or fucking something like that. So it doesn't matter. They'll decide. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm going to film it on the tube.
Does Overkill want to come on live?
Yeah, get him on there. The fuck.
But I've sent the link.
It's probably where do you keep me for about 10 minutes first? Only kidding you.
I've sent the link to him. But
what's that word they use? That Christian word? Purgatory. That's where you're going. Purgatory. Did you ever hear that word?
Purgatory.
What word? Sorry, mate.
Isn't that like hell? That's going to hell.
Oh.
It's where you go and sit between heaven and hell, yeah?
Oh, is it?
The way to go somewhere, you know what I mean? It's that guilty place where, you know, I know all their fucking tricks, what they used to do, like fucking had to put the fear into you. The confession thing. Go and confess your sins to the priest. You'd be trying to make something up to tell him. You know what I mean? So what the fuck
my
is that
mum
all
was
about?
Catholic. It meant to be very strict. My mum was in a convent. The nuns were horrible. Used to hit her with the tawse and stuff. Nuns.
Well, the generation before me must have been fucking. It must have been a lot worse.
Yeah,
mine was the end. The fucking you used to have to go to school if you were late. Going to school, they used to give you the letter. Yeah, Christian brothers, and they fucking enjoyed fucking giving you the fucking thing that did the evil.
Ethan's saying night, people, because he came off, didn't he? So
later on, Ethan, mate.
Yeah,
nice talking to you.
See you, Ethan. Sorry, Ulick. Sorry.
You had so much bad things. You know most probably more than me, Ulick, about the Catholic priests and the Catholic children's homes and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? In England as well.
Every Irish person will tell you.
Every
Irish person will be able to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I
found out the other day. I was looking into Irish slavery because I've been researching slavery recently, and I found out some interesting stuff about Ireland I didn't know about the Levellers, the white boys, and they were like, you must have heard, yeah. And I've only heard about. I thought the Levellers was a band.
Hey, look at that island, Montserrat, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear of that island?
Yeah, of course. Well, they've got an Irish. What's the famous bit? They've got an Irish
accent
flag or something.
They have an Irish accent. They have, yeah.
Yeah.
They're all black, talking with a Cork accent, a real broad Cork accent. It's fucking mad. It is. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, yeah, you know what else I found out in my research? I did. There was once.
Here's a good side I want you to look at and tell me. Come back. I remember reading it or listening to it. If it's still on YouTube, the Willie Lynch letters.
Willie Lynch letters.
Any has ever.
No.
Go and it's I think you can listen to it. It's one of them audios on YouTube. I listened to it there years ago, and if true, fuck me, that's mad. Right? How fucking this is the 16th century they're talking about. So that's what I say. I don't know whether it's history. You know what I mean?
There's a school.
Right, that.
No, this I don't know.
Yeah, it's worth a listen to.
Nice one, mate.
In Canada, I think it was there's a guy called Tom Scott. He's on YouTube. He's got over 2 million subscribers and all that. I don't know, but he did a link on a video about the forgotten kids in Canada that were abused in schools, and no one ever talked about it. What went on, and it was the native kids, the
Indians.
I suppose kids that weren't white that were forced into these
native,
schools.
indigenous kids from their tribes in Canada as well. Is you talking about the Queen? Is that the charge of the Queen's got, Jack?
Exactly what I've seen before, yeah.
Yeah.
No, and do you know what? Do you know the other part of the story? And then let it finish. I don't know if you guys know it. There was a black geezer, and he was a soldier, and he got sectioned because he was in the British Army, but he was from Jamaica originally, come here as a kid, joined the army, and he went to his superiors. Is it true that the Queen is implicated in a case where kids have gone missing and blah blah blah? And they said, "Oh, you shouldn't say stuff like that. You're mad." And they've nutted him off. Yeah, down to that case there. He might just asking a question to his superiors. Sorry, Truth.
Yeah,
Ulick. Go on, mate.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
No, go on, yeah, they have them all over the place. There's another Canadian one, another Jeffrey Epstein, they reckon up there. He was as bad as him up. Ralph Nader or something.
I ain't heard of him.
Yeah, well, that's the latest. Well,
another wealthy
no
man.
One hears of these guys. Huh?
Another wealthy man.
Yeah, it's another. Go check it out yourself.
Yeah, I ain't heard of that
Make your own mind up on it, yeah.
No, but remember, it goes across. They'll have it in Ireland. They'll have child abuse in Ireland, where they'll go for kids. Fucking over here, Belgium.
Can I just say, we sent them all around the world as priests, school teachers, right? And half of them were probably fucking child molesters, right? As priests, right? We all had fucking dirty uncles and fucking that, and I'm ashamed of my one, right? No harm in fucking saying it because I hate the bastard, I'd kill him, right? But the judicial system doesn't fuck him up because someone tried to do that to him, which we knew would happen. So, you know what I mean? Fucking joke.
Oh,
but
that was it, guys.
I believe
that was
I'm still fucking breathing, right? That's all I know.
I've just found out what they were called in Canada. Residential schools, and there were survivors from residential schools because people actually died in the residential schools in Canada.
That's right, mate.
Yeah, but look at Northern Ireland, the Kincora Boys Home.
But no one talks about it.
You heard
go
that
on, go on, Ulick. I can remember the name, but enlighten us again, mate. That's interesting.
Yeah, the Kincora Boys Homes, yeah. That was another.
Oh, what was it? Just a lot of abuse and cover up and all that.
Yeah, no, well, another fucking. Yeah. Well, the usual, yeah. Names. Look at the names. Shit, for fuck's sake. You will see. There's a name for you. Ronnie Flanagan. Very interesting fucking name, boys. And he was one that does your whatchamacallit, beyond these boards, judicial fucking things. It sends him to do these fucking things for his, and he's one of those always sent in. Well, he was sent in, but he was an awful cruel fucking man in his day, right? And
what was his position then?
What his position now is, he's looking after corruption on the cricket board, I think it is. Nice
so he's like a politician or something like that?
No. He was the chief fucking superintendent guard in this country, in Northern Ireland.
Oh, Gardaí, fuck me, is that old Bill?
Not Gardaí, no, RUC.
Oh, he's up there, all right. Oh.
Different fucking uniform, but the same type of fucking breed of prick.
What link was that, Ethan? If you're still there, mate. Hi, Overkill.
Hello, mate. How's it going?
All right.
Hey, Truth, how you doing, mate?
Yes, G. How are you, brother?
Yeah, we want to change the subject. We want to change the subject. Go ahead, yeah.
No, that was interesting. No, see, what's Truth got to say? Hello, mate. I didn't know you was about. What have you been listening in? What you got to say? Good to see you.
Just seeing how you guys were, man. Making sure the soldiers are still healthy, man.
Right. I ain't even on that long. I didn't want to come on. I was only going to come on for 5-10 minutes, just say hello, because well, I say the other Truth. I say X-Life was talking about the smart cities, because I've got to be up early, but I thought fuck it, and I've been on for about an hour and a half. This is all we know. It's like
I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be too long because, yeah, I'm going to be up tomorrow, but probably another like 15 minutes, half an hour.
We'll let Truth do his bit. What's Truth? Any newsworthy bits? Truth got a great channel. Knows his stuff.
Not really, mate. I didn't do much today because there wasn't much in the news. So I just put on a stupid little video of my looking at trees and shit, and then I look at my phone and then it's saying about Boris Johnson wearing the mask for the first time ever. And like I said, man, why wasn't he wearing it when he first so-called got COVID-19? Yeah, he's waited all this time to now to wear the mask. So tells me they're going to do some shit.
Well, why do we think? Is it obviously just to push the agenda again, just up the ante? So we're going to have the second wave? Because I think, Truth, have you seen the story in what we talked about months ago? There'll be different strains now. They've got the unknown virus in China. They're going to have more lockdown, the unknown virus and a plague, apparently. Fuck's sake.
It's no different to when Boris so-called got that COVID. It was because people weren't taking it seriously. Then if you see the so-called prime minister so-called get it, you know? And this is why he's been. And look, yeah, a few days ago, there was an article saying they were questioning why he wasn't wearing a mask. So he's obviously doing it because people are saying, why isn't even the prime minister wearing one? You know what I mean?
I don't know, mate. Like I was telling them earlier, it was just the germ theory. I've debunked that now. And the more and more I listen to other people advise, I think I've even sent a link. The doctors and that the two authors who've researched it 10 years. That's it. That's such a fucking shortcut. When you get people like that who's dedicated 10 years of their life to do such an important study to help people like us spread the truth, we should work with, use what they've given. Because then that's what I'm going to use with Arsehole on Sunday. I tell you that. When he tries to get smart, I've got them 3 questions. That's it, mate. Fuck off. That's what I've been looking for. Show me a purified virus. Without that, you can't fucking put it in someone and take it out of someone, put it in someone else and prove germ theory. Simple. Whether I've gone university or not. There's my sources. There's my references. Now fuck off.
So now,
some people learn
like Overkill was saying, now that Boris has worn his mask, all the sheep are going to be like, oh, okay, now we've got to wear ours because the master's wearing his.
No way.
That's what we're.
No.
You're gonna have to put it. Get one with it when you breathe out. It makes it sound like a sheep on it or something. Yeah. Just make a whole joke of it.
That'll be good. It goes bad.
Trust the Irishman. Oi, trust the Irishman. Well done, Ulick. That is fucking classic. Someone's got to do that. Geezer's done that already in America.
Oh, yeah.
But if you do that with a little, a proper little sheep one on it, that's wicked.
Well, Ulick,
that's funny,
it was the American. What was the American guy called again? I forgot his name.
He was going on like he was mental.
He was going like he was making masks. He was making masks, and you need to go to his channel and say that. Look, give that idea about the sheep mask.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, that's simple enough. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Just put could revise them. Just remodel them and put a little sheep little sound thing on it. What do you call it? A little microphone. That's a good one, Ulick. Well done, man.
Every time you meet another fellow a mask wearer, just give him a little.
That's good.
I told him make him into a hat. Yeah, fuck it.
Or a t-shirt.
Be more useful as a hat. Fuck me. Keep the
just
sun off
your
your
head. Just wear a tongue over your fucking face. Just tell them that's better, yeah? More chance of getting a bit of breath through that. Fuck's sake.
Or a cod piece like Borat. Fuck it. Keep my balls warm in winter.
No.
A ball warmer. Yeah.
Yeah. Weird, I'm going to head off. Yeah.
All
nice
right, mate.
Talking to you lads.
See you later,
mate. Made him today. I just want to say I'll meet him again someday. Yeah. All the best, man. Good luck.
Take care, mate.
See you later, mate.
Thanks for coming on, mate. You're all the welcome to come on whenever, and it's great having you on because he's gone. It's great having him on, actually.
Yeah, of course, people from around the world. You need to get more people from around the world. Got the Irish link there. All us lot here in England, different parts of England. Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. I don't know if Overkill's got anything to say.
I'm just enjoying sticking my finger up at the camera, to be honest.
Are you smoking the heavy stuff again, Overkill?
I wouldn't call it heavy stuff, but yeah, I'm having a little vape, yeah.
Yeah, lucky bastard.
Mate, when we all live in our commune together,
Yeah.
it won't be a problem.
Yeah. Well, I've got something up my sleeve. I ain't saying it online, but yeah, mate, fuck me.
Do you think they'll ever like? Do you think they'll ever put like all us lot, people that are against all this stuff that's going on, the V and the CV and all that, the truth community? Do you think they'll put us in like a commune, separate from the rest of us, and give us less stuff than what the people that are,
I think we're going to be the only ones left, mate. We're going to be the only ones left.
What is called X-Life is called a mental hospital, mate. Yeah, that's what they're going to fucking do. Yeah,
yeah.
Because that's what they're going to class people like us. We're going to be the outside who don't fucking, unless we make everyone mental like us.
Maybe they're trying to figure. Maybe their whole plan is to get rid of as much of the low IQ as possible, and that's why they're making everything so obvious, because you've got to be really fucking low IQ not to have got it by now. And as we go on through the year, they'll just go, right, yeah, you're willing to take a vaccine.
You're hired. You're hired. You can be the next. You're hired for the elite. Here you go.
Yeah, you're turning up for a vaccine and a mask. No problem. You're too stupid to be walking this earth. Here you go. Good night. You know what I mean? Because let's face it, they fucking are. I just can't, I can't put it any other way. People say, I shouldn't call them stupid. They're just indoctrinated. It's like, yeah, but isn't indoctrinated stupid? Doesn't it make you stupid? It does, doesn't it? Clearly, because people are putting masks on their fucking children. And how stupid is that?
Jelly tots.
Oh, no, I'm jealous. They look nice. Someone showed me today. Sorry to change the subject. Someone showed me edibles. They look wicked.
Yeah. HK said he's had some.
No, but these look like there was proper Skittles, all the different proper makes of. I've got some feedback somewhere.
It'll probably be me.
Is it right there? Yeah. Sorry to overkill. Yeah, it was just all different edibles, but the Skittles, a fucking variety, and bit of space cake. Oh, fuck me, mate. Yeah, it was a nice variety, but obviously they're all infused with THC. But wow,
gelatine
I had some
as
edibles from Newcastle the other month, or last year when I was up there. I met a Geordie, and he was wicked. He had little. He gave me some samples, little jelly baby edibles, little teddy bear ones. Just ate them all at once. Didn't really do it.
I don't have any sweets with gelatine in.
No, you're right.
Halal, isn't it?
Yeah.
But most of them do have gelatine in. I think it's the what do you call it? What do you call it again? Oh, I forgot the name of it. Muslims have it.
Halal.
Halal, yeah, halal sweets. A lot of the halal sweets don't have any gelatine in. Even though you're paying towards, I don't know about all that, because the way they kill animals, but yeah, a lot of their sweets don't have gelatine in.
I don't think there's a such a thing as when people say, oh, it's humane to kill an animal this way. It's like, how can you say something's humane when you're
killing an animal anyway?
Yeah, there's not such a thing, man.
No, but yeah, I just get the halal sweets.
Humane's a good word for getting away with doing some fucking nasty shit, isn't it? Just put the word, oh, we're doing it in a humane way, and everyone goes, yeah, that's all right, and I can just fucking scoff now because we've done it in a humane way.
That's right.
I knew someone that worked in a chicken factory. I know someone that works in a chicken factory, and he never eats chicken again because how disgusting it is.
No, I've heard.
You see how it's been killed, and
and the way they're treated.
It's what we were saying yesterday. It's not even when you try to eat the good food, you're still fucking eating some poisonous shit, right?
Yeah.
It's so
like
hard
to say about. It's like to say about free-range eggs and all that. not battery hen eggs, but yeah, you got free ranged eggs. Same thing, innit? Really.
Steelix says he works in a chicken factory.
Cool. Would have been noisy. Yeah.
It's like horrible.
Do my head in. And all the feathers and the fucking smell of this shit. Oh man.
Oh.
Someone's got to do it. Nice one, Celik. Thanks for all my chicken thighs. I used to eat chicken.
I haven't eaten chicken in 2 years now.
Ah, good man.
So I don't eat meat at all. I mean, I eat fish occasionally, but I don't eat meat.
Yes,
I wonder if
well played.
I mean, fish is meat, but
if you're evil in this lifetime, you come back as a chicken and get to go in a chicken farm, right? One of these horrible ones.
Become a KFC Zinger burger.
Yeah.
Someone's just called me Jihad Jack because I said I like halal. John's just said Jihad Jack.
Have you guys seen that film 4 Lions?
Yes. Yeah, that's funny. That. Yeah.
No, I've never seen it.
It basically goes. It's about these 3 Muslims extremists that are attempting to cause a terror attack in the name of Allah, but it ends up going wrong and everything, and loads of. It's funny. It's quite a good film. It's filmed up in Sheffield.
I think I had the DVD. Someone lent it to me, but it's one of those films that someone's lent it to me, and I never got round to watching it. And I've just looked at the cover for ages. I can picture the cover in my mind. I can see it. Someone's definitely lent it to me. I've never seen it.
It's a funny film. It's a good one.
I like those low budget British films. They can be good.
Yeah.
One of the best films I've watched, like British low budget, but it is nasty, is this By a Lake. What's it called? And these young thugs, they terrorise. It's Michael Fassbender in it. And they terrorise him and his missus by the lake, and she's a school teacher and they little cunts. Yeah.
There's a great low budget. There's a great low budget one. I forget what it's called. It had some singer in it, I think, who was sort of a British singer, and it was about like this sort of Indian guy and white guy who hung about together. They'd grown up in a home together, and it goes across this story to all different parts of London and how it all links up at the end. And I forget what it's called now, but that was a brilliant one. But maybe someone knows.
I can't think of that one.
No, I can't think. Sorry, mate.
And the one who you think's like the thuggish, the white guy, because he's big. He ends up saving a baby and losing his own life doing it at the end. But it's a really good film. That was a fucking brilliant film. I forget what it's called nowadays. It bugs me. But he was.
You have to search it, and
I don't even know how to search it. I wouldn't know what to search for.
Just search a film about where there's a baby and a guy that say describe it in the search bar.
Yeah. You watch that film, man. That's a great film. It's a few years back I watched it. But if I remember it, I'll let you know. Or if I find it.
I think I'm gonna end the live stream now, if that's all right, guys. Nice. Unless you guys have got anything to say.
No, I've been only come on to say hello. No, nice one for the live stream. And I'll come on again. Nice one, Shield Destroyer.
Thanks for coming on, Jay.
Nice one.
Thanks, Kill.
Take care.
Thanks, Overkill, as well. Thank you, everyone, for coming on.
Overkill. See you soon, Truth. Nice one.
Peace,
you guys.
Peace.
Later.
Bye. Right, I'm just going to end this off. Right, thank you, everyone in the chat. I'm just going to look at the chats quick. Ulick, night fuckers. Yeah, so everyone, thanks Paul, John, Steelick, Commando at Flying Monkeys, Suzanne, the E word if she's around still, and I could be wrong, I could be right. and anyone else that's watching, thanks for coming on and watching. It's nice to get people on and have their say. I mean, I've only been doing this for just over a week now, and it's just nice to talk to people that have, you know, are also in the same boat. Yes, peace, Paul. Right, I'm going to end this now. Thank you, everyone.